Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Let me open up my sword, always opening doors, chosen seed, go redeem, waking up the four corners, written on that stone, Yahweh Shai alone, friends up, Malak Sadat, locked out the garden, but he popped the lock. Shaitan wouldn't keep it, but we got the rock. Everyone with the faith in the bar we got, the bar we got, the bar we got. In the beginning was a word and the bar was shot. He came to his own, they regarded not. Now they spread to the four corners, calling out. We the flavor of the earth, who's salty now? Who's salty now? Salty now. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Step by, the rope is cold. Chain on my neck, but the rope is gold. Ships on ships, but we chose to go. First time was a curse, now we own the boats. West side, now we own the coast. Whole world holding on the coast. Used to be a tree with no fruit. Now fruit is the Holy Ghost. Oh, I mean the Rakakadash. Serving up things at the barbershop. Standing outside trying to calm the block. But when the word come out, the demons swerving out. Quack. Swerving out. Quack. Swerving out. Hey. Swerving out. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Give me spirit, give me power, keep us to the final hour. Give me knowledge of Yahweh. Used to be a tree with no fruit. Now fruit is the Holy Ghost.
Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Y'all by
How you
Shim
doing?
Yashab.
Khan. Shalom, Israel. Welcome to TNT Thursday Night Thunder with Manatazach.
And Aharan.
That's right.
Shalom. We come in
Shalom.
here weekend. We come in week in and week out to bring you the current events, to inform you on what's going on in the world. We come in week in and week out to inform you, edify you with the scriptures, because it's all about the scriptures. It's all about Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's all about this word. We also
Right.
come in to edify you or inspire you with testimonies. Without further
Khan.
ado, we're gonna jump right into what we got planned for y'all. The water for joining us, all of y'all, brothers and sisters. The water. Brother Anthony, Hotness, Curtis, Warrior, Jermaine, Yaradan, the water, Milka, the water, Boogie, Julie, Missy, the water for joining us. Joel Gandy Jr., the water for always supporting us, brother. The water.
That's right. Shalom. All right, brother. We got a lot going on this week. Oh my gosh. It's been too much. Stand by real quick. Let me grab these out. Let me go ahead and pull up this first video. We always like to give an update on the coronavirus. So the first video is just basically an update on what's going on around the world and the status of the coronavirus. And we're not out of this thing yet. Actually, we're just in the first wave, but yet everyone is still going back to normal as if this virus doesn't exist. Hey, man, right before the class, but right before we started the show, about maybe an hour ago, I was on the internet and saw a video with prisoners. They snuck a cell phone in, and they were showing the prisoners that's incarcerated right now dying of COVID-19. The people that are affected. They saying their brothers are dying in prison, like left and right, and there's no social distancing. They got this people that's infected with people that's not infected.
Hey, they don't care. I mean, first of all, we know that the majority of the prisoners is us. Period. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Southern Kingdom or Northern Kingdom, we the majority of people that's in prison right now too.
Con.
And my prayers go out to them brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget the sisters that are locked up. Our prayers go out to them, to our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters that's still in detention centers. Who was just trying to find a better life coming into this land uh, for their family, the kids that's still locked up. Man, our prayers go out to them.
Con. Let me go ahead and start sharing this first video. It looks like my screen unlocked up on me, man. You know how it is. IT man. Let me remove that and let's reshare it again. Goodness gracious. What the heck is
Man,
going
it's
on?
been it's been a, it's been a real long and strenuous week. It's been a lot of things happening. We've been really going hard trying to put some of this stuff together for y'all. Hopefully, it's edifying. Um, you know, it's really been a struggle dealing with our people. I say that while we waiting for our
Oh, I'm
brother to
ready.
get this together. All right. All right.
I'm ready. All right. So first video is just about the update on the COVID-19. So we're going to go ahead and play that. Salaki, let me make sure everybody can hear it. Hold on. Goodness gracious. I don't think people can hear it because I can't hear it.
No, you couldn't hear it.
Oh my Let's move this stream. Stop screen. There we go. Now share. All right, here we go. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We are back.
To control it. China has 29 communities in Beijing, where officials confirmed dozens of new cases after seeing almost no new area for nearly 2 years. Widespread testing is also underway in the region.
We can't understand that, brother.
Hold
I
on,
can't
Aaron.
understand it.
That's your phone giving the feedback.
I'm not on the phone.
I mean, that's your computer. It's feedback through your speaker. Because I have on the
Let me know
headset.
if y'all can. Let me know if y'all can hear that, y'all, in the chat. Go ahead, go ahead.
Can they hear it?
Go ahead and play it. Shalom, Shalom, Mayakaya, Shalom, Robert, Shalom.
China has locked down at least in Beijing, where officials confirmed dozens of new
I'm getting an echo.
none in Beijing for nearly 2 months. Widespread testing is also underway in the region. Rami Inocencio says how the Chinese government is now preparing for the worst.
This wholesale food market is set to be the center in its battle.
So China has a new outbreak going on right now. Beijing is on lockdown, but yet everyone is going back to normal here in the United States.
Authorities moved quickly, putting up barricades around the market and isolating neighborhoods. People. Health officials are now launching a testing campaign targeting all market workers, recent visitors, and anyone they came in contact with. That's up to 200,000 people on top of the 90,000 residents living nearby. Now, at least as many people are on lockdown across the city of more than 22 million. Massive housing blocks under quarantine, with food deliveries going no further than perimeter roadblocks. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried, said this woman. Right now, there aren't many people on the street. There aren't as many as before. It's all reminiscent of the unprecedented lockdown of Wuhan and China from January, where an estimated 35.
Shalakia. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time understanding the video. But you bring this video out to say that this is the second wave of coronavirus happening in China, right? So what does this mean?
That is not over. That the first wave was still the first wave. They're trying to businesses are trying to get back open, and those lobbyists for those businesses is pressuring the government to open back up prematurely, very prematurely. So, but hey, Aaron, I'm hearing the echo coming through, and it's not coming on my side because I got on my headphones, and I don't have anything else open.
Hey, you talk, right?
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming through. Like I can hear it from your side. Hold on, let me see something. StreamYard is still sharing your screen and audio here. Let me stop sharing. All right, so that's and
now you muted. You muted now.
all right. It must be me. Let me find out what's going on because I don't have anything else open. I only have two tabs open. That's it.
I don't know. I know it ain't me.
All right, let me see. Wait, mic check 1 2. Mic check. That's odd.
Hey, but let's you muted the mic again. Let's move on to the next thing if you can.
All right, is that better? Ah, yes, Con. I had to switch the USB ports on my computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind.
That should have did. I think that did it because I don't hear the echo anymore. Man, something as small as that. Can you believe that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm totally not a computer guy.
all right. So the next thing we're gonna move on to is the The death toll. Let's go back to the Corona epicenter. Here, let me get this video queued up right here. Paste and go. All right. So this is an article right here. Florida shows signs of a next coronavirus epicenter as cases spike across the country. Let's bring that out.
Huh.
Watch this, ain't gonna play. It's crazy. Hold up.
And we talked about Shalom family. We talked about this a little bit on this last week. There's a few states, I think it's up to 10 states that their numbers of coronavirus done blew up. You know, it's a lot more people getting infected, a lot more deaths in the states. You know, it's just saying that it's not over. We bring this out every week, and it's just more and more evidence to show that this is not over. But we believe in Yahweh, and we believe in Yahweh. We believe that he has a hedge of protection around us.
That's
but at
right.
the same time, we believe that we have to be use wisdom in how we move. You know.
Here we go. Ready to play.
You and our viewers what's happening in Florida right now. We have a graph of the cases and how they have developed over the past months.
There we go. Buffering.
So you can
There
see a big spike in cases in the past week. So there are some scientists and modelers have suggested that Florida is the new epicenter of coronavirus. What do you think?
Well, if we look at the chart right here, it shows the total number of cases globally is at 8 million infected and over 449,000 deaths so far.
Infected.
So in the United States, I checked that number. It was wasn't it at 118,000 this morning?
At that higher level of plateau.
I sent you the video, but I don't think you got it.
You're supposed to say con, man.
Right? The big steamship.
Hey, this video sound.
And if it gains significant speed, it becomes really hard to slow down.
It's a bad video.
Sort of a runaway ship. So
that
is
the sound is bad.
In Florida, amplified by this idea that
says it's internet. Stay off them PCs. That's your quiet. Tell them to get on the show. Don't talk about it. So are we ask them are we having audio trouble? Are we having audio trouble?
Yeah. Can y'all hear us? A brother texted me a minute ago and said that
what?
He said the audio. He said that he has the audio coming through the video feed and through the media at the same time. So Jonathan said it sounds good on our end right now.
Okay. All right. So we're just showing you the beta fake. We don't even have to go through the whole case. We just wanted to show you all the numbers and where we are right now concerning the coronavirus. The death toll is still rising, and it rose 1,000 overnight.
Lock it. If y'all remember last week, now we got an echo again.
Let me kill this screen.
Yeah, if y'all remember last week, we told you that it's 800 to 1,000 deaths a day. You know, they're seeing right now. So that's right in line from yesterday's to today's numbers. It's going to be 120,000 by probably now, or if not early tomorrow morning. It's going to be 120,000 deaths because it was at like over 118,000 earlier today.
Wow.
So, yeah, man, people are still dying. Things are still happening, you know, and the world ain't stopped. You know, the world did not stop, man. You know, through all of the stuff that was happening with this virus and through unemployment and all of that, you know, people were losing their jobs and they just didn't have the money, if you remember, to pay their rent. And They're having mass evictions, particularly in the black communities.
Con, we was just about to go there. Here, let me go ahead and share that real quick. It's just the article. I think that's the article. And let's share that. Oh wow, look at that. Can y'all see that? You see it flashing like that?
Yeah, kind.
Okay. Hey man, it's all kind of stuff just happening today, and it didn't. None of this happened last week.
I'm blaming it on
Never.
Esau. I'm blaming it on
I'm
Esau.
blaming everything on Esau. But
Listen, we
yeah,
gonna fight Esau, and we gonna keep pushing this word, and we gonna keep informing our people, and we gonna keep doing the Most High's will, no
that's
matter
right.
what you do. You can watch, you can try to block us, you can try to mess with our sound. It don't matter. We gonna push the word.
It says right here that the black community braces for next threat, mass evictions. A wait, Salakia, a wave of evictions as a federal moratorium on kicking people out of their rental units expires. The ban on evictions, which applies to rentals that are backed by the government, expires in a matter of weeks. On top of that, the federal boost to unemployment benefits that many laid off workers have used to pay their rent is set to end on July 31st. So that extra money that people were getting on their unemployment, that's going to be gone away with, and the moratorium on evictions is going to be gone away with by the end of the month. That's
Time.
going to put a lot of people out on the streets.
Shalakia.
So
I don't know
it's
if you've
rough.
seen Shalakia. I don't know if you've seen the other day. I was just happened to just going through the internet, and I had seen someone on World Star. Brother was getting evicted. He was getting his stuff thrown out of his house.
Time,
You know what I'm saying? You would say, "Yo, you ain't paid your rent," kicking him out. And there was another Jake. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start seeing more and more of that. You
time.
know, those brothers and sisters who work for housing units and housing developments and who live in it, you're gonna start seeing more and more of that.
It's
Next that is gonna be the banks with your houses, you know.
It's going to say that it says right, black and Latino people are twice as likely to rent as white people, so they would be most endangered if the protection from removal is ended. But there is no relief in sight from Congress. The Republicans and Democrats not even expected to begin negotiating a new economic relief package until after the July 4th holiday. So they're anticipating that all these people are going to be losing their homes, man, and they ain't doing anything about it. They're not even discussing a second round of stimulus checks.
No, they're not even discussing that.
So I mean, like, I don't know if people are ready for. I don't know if people are ready to be homeless.
And you know what? You know what? You're gonna stop protesting if you start getting evicted. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stop with that Black Lives Matter protest and all of that noise y'all making. Y'all gonna stop all of that once people's stuff getting thrown out your home.
Yeah, or they're gonna be out there and there's nothing. They're gonna be in the streets. And they're gonna be out there. Ain't gonna have nothing but to do but protest. Oh man. Uh, moving on from the evictions. We got a video here that was posted. I hope this thing comes up. Ah, there it goes. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I can.
It's
It's showing
the bait,
my login information, but I'm gonna try to hide it.
like the brother
Uh,
Jonathan said, it's a bait. It's a bait and hook, man.
yeah,
Yeah, make it seem like everything is cool. You got your $1,200. Some people got 2,000. You know what I'm saying? You done went and paid one more month rent, or maybe you went and bought you and your people a new pair of sneakers or a new outfit, so you can go protesting. Bought some new fancy designer masks. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah,
you know, because that's what Jake do. That's what we do. We go. You get $1,200. You might go to the Gucci store. You know what I'm saying, or run up in the Gucci store. Either way,
right.
you gonna go blow your money on something that you don't really need.
Hey,
But this
buying
world
a
is
new car, buying clothes,
hmm this
not
world is
preparing
crazy.
themselves. Yeah, these
Bro,
people have been doomsday prepping for, as far as I know, back 1999 when the year 2000 was going to hit with that Y2K. bug that they were expecting to happen, and it didn't happen. But these people, these other nations, they haven't stopped doomsday prepping. They've been prepping. I've been watching the TV shows, and they're getting their freezers together. They got bug out packs. They got bug out locations where they can all meet at one location. They got underground bunkers. So
Uh-huh.
these folks been getting prepared for this situation for a long time. But guess what? Jake and Eve,
Hey, Shalakia, brother Terrence said all that screen was going to Walmart. That's what they was all about. You know, all
he
the
said all the flat screens are gone.
is gone from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But while Esau's out there prepping and teaching their kids how to shoot, and you know what I'm saying, buying ammunition and talking about in 1 hour we could take y'all all out.
Yeah,
That's how they really think.
gone,
Because you know
gone.
what? Because you know what? During this whole time, all we doing is still getting drunk, still getting high, sitting on top of damn gas pumps, smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Getting drunk at memorials, running over candlelight vigil, running over the candles at the candlelight vigil. You know what I'm saying?
What
That's
they
what we
celebrating
do.
tomorrow, Juneteenth?
Man, I don't even know what that is. What is that?
That's
The
that's
celebration?
that's the celebration. That's when the slaves were officially supposedly notified that they were free. Because when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed into law, of course, a lot of slaves did not realize that they weren't free because they weren't notified. So Juneteenth is is the date that they were officially notified, and the slaves celebrate Juneteenth, or the ex-slaves, our ancestors celebrated that day as their liberation.
Hey,
But
going in. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead, no, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say, going into that, Esau never really released us totally. They just
Huh?
transferred us over to the state. I don't want Eliel brings that out all the time. I think
Huh?
I didn't want Eliel and brother Judah done brought it out last week. It was never really a release. So what are you really celebrating? You're celebrating your transfer of captivity from one individual people to a nation. They never have they ever really treated you as a people.
Well,
Thwada, brother Joel Gandhi, Thwada,
the
brother,
water,
Thwada.
the water.
Have they ever really treated you as a people? Have they ever really treated you as anything outside of a animal? They force you to act the way they want you to act. They force you to eat the foods they want you to eat. And we about to go into this video talking about how these people have set a standard of the foods. You know what I'm saying? That we've been partaking. They set a standard, man. Go ahead and play that video and show them
This
what we're talking
this
about.
video right here. Oh man, let's go into it. Y'all about to be shocked.
Blossom just did a video showing us just how fake the food that we eat is, and it's pretty disturbing. We start with cheese. Obviously, we've been eating fake cheese. We ain't tripping off that. This is interesting, though. A lot of the rice we eat is remixed with little plastic bits. So, they're serving us plastic fish. Now it's plastic rice. If you eat sushi, you might as well bite into an action figure at this point. This is weird. Baby food. Apparently, there's little bits of vibranium in your baby food. This is
He
not
said
the
vibranium.
iron you're supposed to be feeding your kids. So watch out for that.
Hey,
Not
so
sure
pause
who
that for a
found
second.
this out, though. If you bake non-natural
No, no, I wanted to
want
go back to that rice, man. If y'all look at that, that's plastic. That's not right skin of rice. That's actually plastic, and we're
mm,
eating that in our meals. Now, when you cook that plastic in hot water, it melts
mm.
and it bonds to the rice, and you can't see it once it's cooked, and you're eating it and digesting it.
Yo, rice is like traded so much or sold so much around the world. Why do you need to do this?
Hey,
Everybody in the
go
world
ahead.
eats rice. I mean, there's rice. You sell everybody in the world eats rice. In the world, it's one of the biggest commodities in food around the world. Why do you need to add plastic to the rice?
I want
Like
baking
Esau's
soda. I
wicked.
want baking soda. They stretching it.
Hey,
They getting more
Esau's
pounds off
wickedness.
of it.
Yeah, kind. But Esau's wickedness knows no bounds, man. I got into an argument one day with somebody about the baby food. We about to play that again
Yeah.
about the baby food because it's not vibranium what's in the baby food, but it's pieces of iron it's pieces of metal in the baby food. So people try to tell me that it's iron that's good for your body. That makes no sense. You get iron out of vegetables. You
Right.
get iron. You know what I'm saying? The vegetables have iron in them. That's the iron you need for your body. You don't need pieces of actual metal in your children's baby food. Let's use common sense, man. Let's use sense, Israel. That makes no sense. You know? Play that again, Manatazach, if you can.
Plastic rice. If you eat sushi, you might as well bite into an action figure at this point. This is weird. Baby food. Apparently, there's little bits of vibranium in your baby food. This is not the iron you're supposed to be feeding your kids. So watch out for that. Not sure who found this out, though. If you bake non-natural vitamins, apparently it turns into this little satanic brownie type of stuff. So watch out for that, too. This is the worst one. I'm not even going to... They try to blow past this like it's normal. Glue in our meat to bind unused meat scraps. So glue isn't even the most worrisome part of this sentence. Unused meat scraps. Glue.
Hey,
that means when you are eating.
Hey man, that makes me sick just looking at that.
We don't even know what that unused meat scrap is. This is when the scriptures say we're gonna eat out defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. This is what they're talking about, man.
Yes.
This stuff is defiled every which way, you know, and they feeding it to our kids, into our elderly, into us. They feeding it to us predominantly. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that this food is in the lower income people's supermarkets. But the higher income people, you're not dealing with baby food with metal chips in it. You're not dealing with meat that has glue and different pieces of meat inside of it. That's ridiculous, man. What are you doing? You can't tell me that they're not the devil. You can't tell me. Like, come on, man. I know you on this video right now. Those who know the truth, y'all know they're the devil. But those who just coming along and just happen to check out our video, we appreciate you joining us. First of all, second of all, this is the type of things that they do when they're in rulership.
That's right.
You know? When we're in rulership, we got to rule righteously. We can't do stuff like this. You know, this is against the laws of the Most High. You know, we can't use usury. We can't be taxing people and doing our own people and things of that nature. We won't get away with that.
And Jake, no, you're perfectly fine. And Jake and Eve, we the number ones who go out there and we'll buy up this nasty food, stand in lines around the block for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know, get into fights over these defiled foods. You know, they're in the grocery store when COVID-19 hit up. You saw how people was running into the stores and buying up everything on the shelves. Hey, this was a perfect time for them to get rid of their bad food and their bad meats because people was buying it regardless and putting it in their refrigerators. Man, it makes every time I look at this thing, it started to make me sick. I'm just gonna keep playing this video so I can get off this screen.
I got a preset.
Bring it out.
This is Deuteronomy 28, and I'm gonna start at 48. It says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things."
That's right.
And we want the food. We got to deal with what they're giving us. We want to drink water. We got to deal with the poison they put in the water. You know, we want these things. This is what we got to do, and this is curses that got put on our people for disobeying the laws and statutes and commandments that the Most High gave us.
And we're still under those curses right now to this day, man.
Shalom. He brought out a precept, Deuteronomy 28 and 51. It says, "And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Thou also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee." And he done took all of our crops, and he's given us the scraps, man.
They call us the bottom feeders. We feed off the bottom. What else feed off the bottom? Like shrimp, catfish, stuff that's unclean.
Yeah, and that's why they want to keep us unclean.
Unclean.
Mm.
Keep that spirit from developing. And then damaging the body. That's why we got high blood pressure and diabetes. High numbers of dementia.
Mm. Mm. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's why we got. That's why we're successful. They say the COVID-19 was affecting our people. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already having what's that predisposed illnesses or
Predisposed, yes, right.
and a lot of that is through this food that they've been serving us and giving us.
Hey
And
man,
they told us it's not like this.
okay, I'm slacking.
Nah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Finish this up.
State, there's the potential that it is an arts and crafts project that's just cow back mixed with pig front mixed with chicken dick. It could be whatever. You could be eating whatever at this point. And
that's gross,
glued
man.
together meat. All right. So this last one is ice cream.
Oh, this
and
one
if
got
you put
me.
lemons on it, it bubbles up because it's actually washing powder for light and shine. Ew. Apparently this whole time.
Did you hear what he said?
Washing powder for
It's
light and
washing powder. Light and shine washing powder. Man, I love ice cream. Not gonna be eating ice cream unless I'm put a lemon on it first.
Oh man, that's horrible.
It's disgusting.
That's disgusting. I truly
That's
is,
how they
man.
do
I
us,
mean,
man. That's how they've been. That's how they do it.
You know the ill thing about it is, man, we feed our kids this stuff. Like our kids love ice cream. And we don't think it twice about going get our kids an ice cream cone. You know what I'm saying? We don't think twice about that. Okay,
No. You think that ice cream probably be one of the one of the purest things, outside. Of course you're using homogenized milk, and I stopped drinking homogenized milk long time ago. I only stick to like soy milk or almond milk.
Yeah, I drink almond milk.
Yeah, but outside of that, I do not even consider drinking homogenized milk anymore. But hey man,
And you got to watch out. Licking the ice cream. Open up the ice cream and licking it. Remember, they used to do that too.
yeah, oh yeah, they was doing that. Yeah, they was having that lick the food challenge.
Oh man, that was horrible.
Going inside the grocery store and licking food and opening up stuff and licking it and then putting it back on the shelves. That's probably how COVID-19 started.
Yeah, it might have been. Yo, I remember you said brother Terrence said he remember when his grandfather was making homemade ice cream. Yo, hey, listen, we might have to get back to that, man. Making stuff, you're getting your hands dirty, man. We're taking a little bit more time and making the food from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Now it's so easy to buy a box or pre-made cake. I remember growing up, my mom used to make cake from scratch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And remember that?
Yes.
Now you gotta have
everything from scratch.
Angel's food cake. You gotta have the stuff already made in the box if you're gonna bake a cake. You know what I'm saying? Before everything was from scratch, man.
That's back in the day when food was really good. Now I have no idea what we're eating these days.
Yeah, what's it? Abomination.
A soap powder in the ice cream. I just gotta pause for a second, man, and bow my head and it's wrong. That's wrong.
We've been eating shampoo ice cream. Oh my God, that is fam. You over here ordering vanilla, not knowing you getting Head and Shoulders flavor. I'm not eating anything ever again. I feel like at this point, you just need to drink water and eat water.
I feel them on that one.
Hey, the crazy thing about it is you don't know what's in the water you're drinking or eating.
That's true. That's true.
Crazy. You just can't trust them.
So on top of the fact that our food isn't real, There's a recall right now on ground beef.
You know, this happens a lot too. You notice that, right?
Yes, it happens often. Too often to be a coincidence. How about that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Man, now I eat ground beef every now and then because I like to make tacos, nachos. You tell me that I should be eating ground turkey. I just don't like, hey man, I don't like turkey bacon. I don't like turkey. I don't like turkey.
Mm.
Sorry. I'm not a turkey person. I mean, so I'm left with eating ground beef. But so this is a big hurt. This is a big hit for me because last night instead of making beef nachos, we made chicken nachos, shredded chicken nachos.
That works too.
And yeah, that was good. I mean, it was gone. Everybody ate it, so it was perfect. But I mean, y'all got to be definitely be careful because I'm right up here close to Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I'm sure that our meat is definitely coming from that area. But it says right here, federal officials are worried ground beef recall for possible E. coli may be in refrigerators across the country. They say reason they say that is maybe because people been buying up all the meat like it's crazy, and then they're not having a chance to, in the store to even test to see if the E. coli is in the meat that they're selling. That makes you
Mm.
pause.
Mm.
There's no steaks in the grocery stores. My wife went and looked. She tried to buy steaks, and she was like, "Babe, there ain't no steaks. Like, if you don't get there in the morning, it's all
Mm-hmm.
gone." So the grocery stores have not appeared. They haven't recovered from COVID. They haven't recovered from the massive amounts of people that was buying up all the food. So right now, supplies are half a day on specialty items like meat, steaks, and now ground beef is affected. There's no ground beef in the grocery stores or whatever they're selling. Ain't nobody buying.
Hey Shalakia, I remember Jonathan just reminded me that I remember they had that pink slime thing where they were putting that pink slime in the ground beef. You know, and with the ground beef, they always like seem to have some kind of E. coli. Like I could kind of understand it being in the salad a little bit because you know you might use it as fertilizer, yeah,
Hmm.
something along the lines. You know what I'm saying? But in your ground beef, like, because it may tell me if I'm mistaken. Doesn't E. coli come from feces? Come from
Uh,
feces contamination?
let's look it up because I can't. I'm not going to
I
answer
think
that
that's what.
question live, and I don't know. Did James say he was going to get on?
Yeah, con.
All right, cool. So it's a bacteria that lives in intestines of healthy people and animals. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So these is a I think it's if I'm not mistaken it's a feces like contamination like that. I
Con,
like
it's found in the gut of animals and the humans,
yeah. So I just don't
and that's where
understand.
that's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now I just don't understand how what's going on here. Now go ahead, explain it to me if you know.
No, I mean I don't know how when the food is being processed and how that feces is actually mixing in, but it could be like they're actually chopping up intestines with the meat. I mean, that's the only possibility that I could think of. And test in intestines, that's where the E. coli is laying.
Yeah,
So
y'all better jump on them short ribs. No fuck.
I'm gonna get me some lamb. We're gonna stick with the lamb.
Hmm.
Wow, that's deep, man.
Yeah,
It says
con.
that Lakeside Refrigerator Services issued a nationwide recall Friday for nearly 43,000 pounds of ground beef that may be tainted by E. coli. It says the New Jersey company says it recalls. its recall involves raw ground beef produced on June 1st and shipped to stores nationwide, including Walmart.
Hmm.
The recall products have estimated 46,800. Oh, it has a EST 46841 printed inside their USD mark. Here, let me paste that in the chat.
Yeah, I don't eat that. I don't eat ground beef
But if
either.
people got ground beef inside their refrigerator, you can check. If you got it in your freezer, you can check the USD mark, the USDA mark, by that number. And if you have that number in your refrigerator, get rid of it.
Hey, the brother, hotness. I don't know if Slakia is a brother or sister. I'm really not sure. But hotness, 427 has said prayer and fasting in these last days. Matthew 4:4.
Con,
We're going to not by bread, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Con, I totally believe that. You know, you gotta pray over everything. You gotta have faith in the Most High that He's gonna bring you through all these things, these calamities, and these things that we got to deal with right now, being in this
con.
captivity. And I believe that we moving forward, man. Who can't see that we moving forward the
Prophecies.
last days, man. These are the prophecies. You know, it's in the scriptures. Stay in the word. Hey, beautiful precept. The water for bringing that out. You
And
know,
this is how
if
Israel gets edified.
Hey, if y'all got precepts, bring it out, man. I might not catch all of them, but I'm trying to catch them. I'll definitely show them, or we'll bring them out ourselves. The other day, brother Araya was telling me about how his fam was cooking up ground. I think it was ground lamb. You know what I'm saying? You can get the ground up lamb. I think you tell me how they made a shepherd's pie or something like that with the ground up lamb. You know?
See, I got to try that.
Yeah. You can have alternatives from eating stuff that they've been. I don't know. I haven't heard about anything they doing anything to the land. So you know,
Salakia, man. Hold on real quick.
hey, shalom, the smoothiest. Shalom, brother Araya. Shalom, all of y'all who joined us. You know, we was just breaking down how they contaminating our food, how the ground beef having E. coli and has been contaminated. You know, I remember a while back we brought out how the meat plants was having COVID-19 in there. I mean, it might come to a point where we need to fast more. You know, I mean, not saying it might come to a point. It's definitely coming to a point, and we need to fast more. You know, I can't front, man. That's the issue that I have. But when brothers come together and say, "Yo, we need to fast for this," I'm with it, and that like motivates me to get in line. So if you have an issue with that, get with your brother or your sister and come together and think about how to best please the Most High and do a fast together. You know, it's about time soon that we probably need to do another fast. Are you ready to move on?
Con, just
Manatazach?
give me a second here. Yeah, I was gonna ready to move on to the next topic.
Con.
Con. All right, so this next story that we're gonna bring out is about a sister named Lavinia Johnson. She was also uh enlisted in the U.S. Army, and she was found raped and murdered, and there's no justice that has been brought forth for her loss. So we want to bring this video out last week, but we didn't have enough time. But we have a 2-minute video that we all wanted you all to watch, and just to get a gist of this information and what's going on with us. So, Lock, and let me get this shared up. Here, come on, mouse. Here we go. Uh oh, got to do it all over again. There we go. Press button first, then share. There we go. And let me. There we go. And play. What the heck happened?
People know her name and story. Very few people know her name and story, but hopefully I can change that. On July 19, 2005, the body of 19-year-old Lavina Johnson was found in a tent in Iraq. She had a broken nose, loose teeth, burns on her genitals, and a black eye. There were teeth marks and scratch marks on her upper body. Her back and right hand had been set on fire. There was a gunshot wound in the left side of her head. Keep in mind that she was roughly 5'1" and 100 pounds. The Department of Defense ruled her death a suicide. Besides the obvious red flags I listed that point to vicious assault, both sexual and physical, Lavina was right-handed, and the gunshot wound was on her left side. Her parents were immediately suspicious. They said she had been acting normally in the days leading up to her death, and her birthday was 9 days after she died. Further investigation revealed even more inconsistencies. When Lavina's body was found, she was fully clothed, and there was a blood trail suggesting she had been dragged. The debris found on her clothing backed this up. Her fingerprints were never found on the M16 rifle that caused her gunshot wound, which is even more suspicious. To make things even more eerie, the Army initially refused to reveal autopsy reports to Lavina's parents.
So the reason why they said suspicious, because of course they said that she was right. Then they said she was right-handed, but she was shot on her.
right-handed
She was shot on the
left-handed.
left side. Now, a M16 rifle is long. It's no
Yeah,
way in the world you could take a rifle on this side and shoot yourself in the head. It's
yeah,
impossible.
that's a really, and her arms is not that long. That's a really
No.
hard thing to do.
Yes.
You know, I
So
mean, think about it, y'all.
I'm gonna continue.
The Army didn't even inform her parents how she died for months. Her parents had to open up their own investigation. Her father, himself a military veteran, came to the conclusion that she had been raped and murdered and the whole thing had been covered up. Despite all of the evidence and suspicious circumstances, the House Armed Services Committee declined further investigation into Lavina's death. As far as the Army is concerned, the case is closed. Lavina Johnson was the first female soldier from Missouri to die in the war in Iraq. Well, there you have it.
Hey, the sister got raped, beat, burnt. They say they burnt her genitals. You know, how in the world is that a suicide? Hey, listen, man. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. This is a straight up lie, man. And you know that these people are wicked. Whoever who is in charge of this investigation covered up an atrocity to our sister, man. To a sister. And I'm upset about that. Not only did she die, you know what I'm saying, in a war zone, in a battlefield that we have no right even being in. You know what I'm saying? There's no benefit for our people fighting over there. You know, there never was. Let's keep it 100. There was never. Who was she at? Iraq, right? If I'm not
Con.
mistaken. There was never any reason for us to even be over there from the beginning, because they lied about that. If you remember, weapons of mass destruction. Y'all remember that? They lied about that. You know what I'm saying? And our sister got tortured and killed and raped, and they try to, obviously it wasn't suicide, and they gonna put suicide on her. Like, what kind of shit? What kind of nonsense is that?
I feel your pain, brother.
Man, that's our sister, man. That could have been your
Right.
sister.
That's right.
It could have been your daughter.
That was our sister. And they take them out. But see, that's the thing about it, and that's why we doing the show today, because the people are mourning. That brother and his wife, her mother and father, they wasn't even notified to how she was died. They had to exhume her and get their own investigation started to get a explanation to how she died. And can you imagine hearing that your daughter was done that way, murdered that way, treated that way? I have a daughter, man. I tell you, it hits right here to think that anybody would do that to your loved one. But yet, this is what's happening, not just in the United States, it's happening globally. The curses are in effect globally, and the people are mourning. We got another video right here. Oh, actually, this is an article. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen, and then I'll read the title of it. But it goes hand in hand that the devil is alive and well. Immigrants accuses ICE contractor of rape at Houston detention facility. And this article goes on to say that immigrant who has an immigrant who was detained at a federal detention facility in Houston said she was raped by guards working for the private company contracted to operate the site. The lawsuit accuses Core Civic Incorporated and transportation subsidiary Transcore America and the federal government of failing to properly protect, screen, and monitor inmates and employees at the Houston Processing Center. So this is still going on right now. These processing centers, these people that are being picked up for ICE, it's no telling what's happening to them when they get into those facilities.
Hey, Shalakia, yo, I read this report right here. This report said that this sister was first of all held, captured by ICE, held in this detention center. Got thrown one night. They took her and threw her in a room with like 3 or 4 other sisters. Then that night, a bunch of men went in there and they ravished the sisters, man. These are our sisters.
Huh.
I know a lot of us like to get black only, but these are our sisters and these are our brothers. They raped them, man. They did them dirty, and you know what else they did after they finished doing what they did to them? They deported them out of the country.
Con.
That's what they did. This sister ended up being pregnant because of this rape. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of atrocities that these damn devils will do to us, man. I got a precept. It's in 2 Thessalonians 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. See, they want to call it hate when we talk about what the Most High had prophesied what's going to happen to them because of their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is going to pay them back double what they done did to us. Yeah, post that up. Recompensa. A bunch of I can't wait to see that day, man. I can't wait to see that day because
it'll be well deserved.
Exactly. That's exactly my sentiment. It'll be well deserved. They treated us like crap. They feed us horrible food. They treat our women like nothing, to the point where the women don't even realize that they're something, and they act like they're nothing to themselves. Our men treat each other like we're nothing.
For 3 transgressions and for 4. It'll be well deserved. Hey, now there's a video of LAPD caught saying that Trump told them to shoot and kill. Let's bring that out. $100 for a nigga and $50 for a Mexican. Let me go to this next page right here.
This is I think it's an LA cop who was recorded saying that Trump told them that if they have to kill niggas or Mexicans, or if they have to fight some of the protesters, it's going to be $100 for, a black man, a nigga, to what they said, and $50 for.
Yeah, $50 for a Mexican, and it said Mexican and says kill them all. But we don't take our word for it. Listen.
Mr. Trump says so. Shoot to kill. Hire guns. You want to get out there and kill? Come on, come on. $100 a head. Everything is kill. $100. $50 $50 for a Mexican.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, Mexicans aren't worth that much. There's so fucking many of them. It's like hunting fucking rabbits.
Man,
Like hunting rabbits. Like hunting
damn.
rabbits.
I hope y'all heard that, man. This is how they think about us, man. This is what they think about us. You know, $100 for a nigga and $50 for a Mexican.
So this came out of Denver. So now let's look at all the brothers and sisters that's being murdered in the streets right now by police officers.
Hey, stop touching. Hey, why you hitting? Why y'all hitting? Why y'all? Hey, hands up. Hey, bro, watch it. Oh! Yo, hey, stop hitting. Hey, stop. Hey, bro, ain't nobody touching you. Ain't nobody fucking touching you. Shoot no more. Thank you.
Man, they shooting people with tear gas.
Where is this at?
It doesn't say. Los Angeles. Oh yeah, LA. That was LA.
Oh,
Los
this is
Angeles,
the
California.
It's the same thing. That they
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
Man, these people, and they already said that tear gas. What they say? That using gas is what do they call it? They recently was talking about it. Oh, Shalom, up.
There he is. Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
Yeah,
Hey, yo, bro, you over righteous with that meat tree, man.
It kind of.
You say you looking over righteous?
Be over righteous with that meat tree.
Manatazach with Dimitri.
Hey, all praises.
We got our brother Yaquab. He come in to just fellowship with us. You know,
The water for jumping on with us.
Current events. You know, bring out some precepts. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Kind of praises.
So man, they want $100 for a nigga and $50 for a Mexican. It's a lot of brothers and sisters, Hispanic and black, that are dying mysteriously. Here we got another brother saying he can't breathe.
Hey,
Let me pull it up.
Brother.
Hey, we got to share this information, man. We got to let people see this, man. We watch this stuff all day long, but people need to see this.
In Oklahoma City.
Here we go.
Newly released police body cam footage shows the violent arrest of 42-year-old Derek Scott, who died May 2019 after 3 Oklahoma City police officers pinned him to the ground with their hands and knees for 13 minutes, even after he became non-responsive. The graphic video shows Scott pleading for his life, repeatedly saying, "I can't breathe," to which one of the officers replies, "I don't care."
I can't breathe.
Stop resisting.
I can't breathe, please. Can't breathe.
Okay, give me your hand.
I can't breathe. I got hands, bro. I don't care.
A coroner reported the cause of Scott's death was a collapsed lung. Derek Scott's...
The brother died of a collapsed lung. He was screaming that he can't breathe. And that officer said, "I don't care."
That's what he said. And he don't care. He spoke the truth for once. He really didn't care if he killed that brother. You know, his life was in his hand. What's that scripture? It says, you having the power in your hand. I bring it out all the time. Micah 2:1.
Yeah, bring that out.
Let me bring that out for you quick.
When you bring it out, after you bring it out, I'll start playing the video again.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
To them that devise iniquity and work evil on their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. So these cops got power of their hand to practice this iniquity that's already inside of them, man. They already have habitual hatred for us. You know, and as soon as they get an opportunity to show that hatred, they're gonna do so.
That's right.
I mean, we talk about this week in and week out, you know, and I know some of our brothers and sisters who've been watching the show, who've been in the word, know this already. But I'm speaking to y'all who first time watching, don't know. Hey, listen, Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. And they hate us. And they hate us, and you know what? The Most High hates them.
That's right.
You know? There's gonna be an end to them, and we're gonna take over and rule in righteousness. That's what we want.
Hey, a lot of our people don't want that though, man. A lot of our people just want to be equal. They prefer equality over total rulership, man.
That's true. That's facts. Yeah, and that's a shame. That's a shameful thing, man. That's a hurtful thing. It's a hurtful thing, man.
I got a precept real quick. Jeremiah 2:13, I believe. I won't. It's like a Jeremiah 2. We can go to 14. We can start at 13. Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and we know what that is, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold no water. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled, man? And that's our people today, man. We are homeborn slaves. We are servants, and the Most High is asking, why are we spoiled? Why are the nations whipping our backs? And why is this brother getting choked by the police? And he's saying, the police is saying, I don't care. I don't care that you can't breathe, man.
Khan.
I don't care.
That's a good question. We gotta answer that question, man. Why? You know, why is that? I mean, to me, we still under the curses. You know, we was just talking about it, and I want to go back into, and I know we want to get right back into the lesson, but I want to bring back out Deuteronomy 28, and let's go to 49. And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. And we know who the eagle is. That represents Esau. There's a couple of scriptures, Obadiah. There's a few of them. You know, the eagle represents Esau. You know, it says, swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongues thou shalt not understand. We understand them when they came over here. It says, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show the favor to the young. Man, they don't care. They're not regard whether he was an old man, whether he was a young man. I seen it. I don't know. Are we showing that, Manatazach, the old lady?
So what's showing what?
The grandmother who came outside.
Oh, I don't think we showing it.
Well, I'll talk about it.
Go ahead.
I seen a picture. I seen a video when a brother was getting chased by the police for running a stop sign, and he didn't want to get pulled over where he was at. So he went to his grandmother's house, got out of his car, and laid on the ground with his hands behind his back. You know, the cops immediately drew guns down on him. Like they was literally wanting to find. You know, he's yelling, I'm unarmed. I got my hands behind my back. His 90-year-old grandmother came outside with a cane, talking about leave my baby alone. They end up throwing her on the ground.
They threw her on the ground. A
90-year-old woman. What kind of respect is that for our elderly? for our mothers, for our grandmothers, man.
That
I
scripture
could
backs
be
it up.
I could be your mother and your grandmother. They don't care. They
They
don't
don't
care
care.
whether they a little child who's walking in a neighborhood jaywalking, and they wanna pull guns or slam them up. The young boy said, "You want to see me dead or in jail?" Yeah, that's what they want, brother. I'm glad somebody taught you that, young man. You know.
Saved his life, even though they still got beat up.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Let me play this video.
Mother, Vicky Scott, says the release of the video has reopened old wounds.
Just reliving this all over again is like reliving his death all over again. And then watching George Floyd. There's a lot of George Floyd. My son was one of them.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, newly released body cam footage shows two officers pressing a 13-year-old African-American teenager's face first against a curb and handcuffing him after he allegedly jaywalked in a quiet street with no sidewalk on June 4th.
Oh, y'all check this out.
Why are you arresting him? Why are you putting handcuffs on? Because. Why are you putting handcuffs on my car? All he was doing was jaywalking. We just want to talk with him.
In the video, the teenager, 13 years old, calls officers racist and says, "You want to see me in jail or dead?" Tulsa police say the incident is, quote, under investigation.
They attacked that boy for jaywalking across the street, man.
Yeah, they said that was a quiet neighborhood, a quiet block. It wasn't like he was in like obstructing traffic.
A busy street, yeah.
He wasn't doing none of that. And I think that little brother spoke a true statement. They want to see you in dead or in jail. They want to see you with a felony on your record. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to categorize you as a nigga. They want you to be known as a nigga.
Not.
Crazy.
I got a precept for you for that point too. What the brother said, you want me to be in jail. This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. And that's what the brother said, man. You want me to go in jail, man. That's what they're trying to do, man. They either trying to put us 6 feet under or they try to hide us in damn prison cells, man. Because when they put us in prison cells, we back into slavery, man. We are not the property of the state, man. And when we 6 feet under, our people can no more, that brother can no longer bring forth kids, man. That's what they want to do, man. We're right. Spoiled, man. I'm going to keep going. They are for a prey, and that's what we are, man. The blacks, Latinos, and Hispanics are for a prey, and none delivered them. For a spoil, and none said restore, man. No one is saying restore, man. We out there saying no justice, no peace. But we're not trying to restore our own and say, get away from these damn devils, man.
Yeah, Khan. Hey, the Adawan Yakum Yah that brought this precept out. The book of Genesis, chapter 27. I think we'll start at verse 40. And by thy sword shall thou live. This is Isaac's blessings to Esau. Mm-hmm. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So Esau always got it in his heart, and it's been through the generations that they want to kill us, man. They want to keep us at a lower state. They want to keep us out of the blessings that we're supposed to get.
It's crazy, all right.
Sickening. Crazy. We gotta fight this each and every day. We gotta teach our kids the knowledge behind that. Esau hates it.
Mm-hmm. And it It just make you so mad. That's why the scripture is so evident, man, and so real, man. When it says pressure makes a wise man mad.
That's right.
When you go into the Hebrew, it's trying to say like another definition is like crazy, man. Like coming into the truth and then understand you've been oppressed and there's servants on horses and we the rulers following behind them, man. Make you go crazy, man. Because we know that we supposed to be in the king's seat, man.
That's right.
Following behind a bunch of devils, man.
Bunch of devils.
Just because we can't listen.
That's right.
Well, you know, because y'all saw it firsthand. They was out there twerking on top of the cars and doing all that nonsense during the protest. Hey, man, this world is finished. It's finished.
I got a quick precept. It's in Nehemiah, right? And it's going into the time of Nehemiah and Ezra, right? But it's just so prevalent today. Nehemiah 9:36. Behold, we are servants this day. And that's true.
That's true.
And for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it. And that's like the Native Americans, man. They came over here saying they was going to come over here and keep the land. But now the Most High sent the Edomites over here and destroyed it, man. And then brought us over here and destroyed us. Verse 37, and it yielded much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins, man. And that's us, man. We yield much increase for these devils, man. Much increase. But because of our sins, man, these damn Edomites, Moabites, and all these other nations, man, they get all our increase, man. Our dollar doesn't last no time in our community, man. Also, they have dominion over our bodies and over our cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress, man. And our people are in a great distress, man, in a great slumber and sleep, man.
Con. Man, it's time to wake up, Israel. It's time to wake up, man. Time to wake up out of this sleep. It's time to stop drinking from the cup, man, of the Most High's fury.
That's right.
Time to pass it, man. Man. Listen.
Salakia, you said Jonathan. Let me get that to him. Let me get that to him, and then we can start. We can move on because the next topic is Rashard Brooks. And everybody knows what happened with that situation, and we're about to bring it out. Let me get this to him real quick.
Hey, that, man, let me tell you, man. I know we're going to get into this, and Yaquab know because he was out there with me. And a lot of y'all seen the video that Aharan posted recently about his vision. Man, that was a horrible scene, and that really showed me the type of people that we're dealing with. In the book of Ezekiel, when the Most High told him to go and wake them up. You know, they're stiff-necked people, man. You know, they are a stiff-necked people. Ezekiel 2, and let's start at verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. And that's exactly what we're still doing, man. We were sent to a rebellious people that night. We were sent. I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know what to expect, but the Most High knew. You know, the Most High sent us to a rebellious and a transgression people. A sinful people, our own people. Verse 4 says, for if they are impudent children and stiff-hearted, I do send thee unto them, that thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord. And that's what we come to say to them. We come to say, thus saith the Most High, man. We didn't come out there, brothers didn't come out there speaking their own words in vanity. They didn't do it to be shown by men or to be seen by men. They did it to try to wake up, you know what I'm saying, our people. And they really wasn't trying to hear it at all. Not even really well I say there's a sister that I seen came to us and was like, she thought what we were saying was the truth. I'm hearing some static. Y'all hear that static?
Yeah,
Con.
I hear that.
All right, let's try to
Turn your speaker down just a little bit. That's all.
That's you, Manatazach. When you talk, it disappears.
For real. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is because it is what it is. I'm on a new laptop too, man. So this thing is acting funny.
Hey, let's drop down to Ezekiel 3 and 6 real quick. Oh,
Yeah.
verse 5. Ezekiel 3 and 5 real quick. 5 and 6. But thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but unto the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou cannot understand. Surely have I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So the Most High, man, if we would have went and talked to a different nation who didn't even understand it, they would have tried to hear us out. They would have been trying to listen. Oh, we're the chosen people. Oh, really? I need to find out more about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's start moving like kings. You know what I'm saying? Let's start moving like princesses and princes of Yasharala, of a nation. Let's start moving like a nation. I don't want to go too deep, like I'm trying to bring out a lesson right now. But I'm just saying.
It's necessary. When our people, that it was. I can't even explain the scene, man. I'm glad the other one put the video out, man, because you can't even explain it, man. You just had to be there. That's what's going on. That literally felt like we was in the time of Moses, and when Moses came down and the golden calf, man, our people was going just haywire, man.
Con, just doing all types of folly.
Yeah, that's it.
It reminded me of for me. It reminded me of Noah. When Noah's
I
trying
was
to
gonna
tell
say
the
that too.
people it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. The floods is gonna come, and they ain't gonna try to hear him.
Con.
You know, they like get out. It just that's what reminds me. A woman told me. A woman told us, "What are we doing here?"
And she said, "Get out of here."
Get out of here. I don't want to try to talk to the elderly woman. Like, yo, miss, they out here fighting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you need to be here right now. Don't tell me I can't be here. It's like 11 something at night.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the neighborhood y'all was in. Hey,
it's crazy.
That's a bad neighborhood. Them old women over there fight you.
It's on you though, brother. Manatazach.
So the next topic of conversation we're going to bring up is the Atlanta officer that killed Rayshon Brooks at the Wendy's over there off of Metropolitan Cleveland Avenue. This story has developed, so instead of showing the verse articles we had showed when it actually happened, but this is a whole recap to everything that has gone on up to now. So I'm going to play it right here.
To protest the criminal charges against two officers in the shooting death of Rayshon Brooks. The department does say it has sufficient staff to protect the city. Today, those two officers were booked, and we are also hearing a heartbreaking interview with Brooks just months before he was killed. CBS's Mark Strassman reports tonight from Atlanta.
That's Garrett Rolfe wearing the ball cap. His lawyer drove him to jail to be booked for felony murder. The former Atlanta cop is now an inmate. The other charged officer, Devin Brosnan, posted bond and left the jail. For the first time, he talked about that night and his first impression of Rayshon Brooks.
I felt he was friendly, he was respectful.
I know, you just doing your job.
In his final minutes of life, Brooks was also impaired. The officers tried to arrest him for DUI.
Stop fighting.
Brooks ran off with Brosnan's taser. He fired it back at Rolfe, who was chasing him. The officer replied with 3 gunshots. 2 hit Brooks in the back. Brosnan wouldn't talk about the specifics of the shooting.
I'm looking forward to cooperating with any investigators who are interested in having a conversation about what happened that night.
Rolfe's third shot strayed. The bullet hit the rear bumper of a car waiting in
Salakia. So now right here, of course, after they shot him, they stomped him or they kicked him, and I guess another one of the police officers like stood on his shoulder, put his legs in his shoulder or something like that. So they assaulted him after he was already shot. And that's right. That's the reason why the cop that came up on the first incident, the first officer, he's being charged for assault. But the other officer is being charged for first degree murder because when Rashad shot back with that taser, that police officer said, "I got him," and it can be heard, and the DA heard it, and the mayor heard it, and it sickened them, and that's why he got those charges. So I'm gonna keep playing.
In the drive-through, Michael Perkins was in the back seat.
I witnessed the murder. I almost was killed myself.
Brooks was on probation. A DUI conviction would have put him back behind bars.
Just a lot of pressure.
4 months earlier, he talked to the group Reconnect about his struggles with the criminal justice system.
We do have lives, it's just a mistake we made, and, not just do us as if we are animals.
Rolf's lawyer will defend him by going after Brooks. He talked to our Atlanta affiliate, WGCL.
We are dealing with somebody who has violently assaulted 2 law enforcement officers, has manifested his intent to disarm a law enforcement officer, and proves to be a danger to anyone in the area, including the people in the crowded parking lot.
Rolf is being held without bond, and this...
All right, that's enough of that.
Hey, this whole situation. I think I talked to both of y'all about my feelings on this. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think that this is not the best example of all the different examples of police brutality, because he did fight the cops and turn with the stun gun, aimed it at him. But at the same time, I don't believe the brother deserved to die. I don't believe the brother deserved to die. I seen what happened tonight at the vigil, and brothers and sisters were doing the exact same thing that this brother was doing, drinking. They was drinking to be drunk. Not. I didn't hear anybody really reflecting or giving a speech on how the brother was or the type of person he was or anything along those lines. These brothers was out there drinking, smoking weed, trying to get intoxicated, trying to distance themselves from the ways of this world that they had to deal with. They was putting themselves in a state where they were vulnerable to actions that's not who they are. I seen the little video that you just posted showed me a whole different person. Like he seemed like he was an intelligent man, a young man who just wanted to change his life. He wanted better for himself, maybe better for his kids or for his family.
Salakia. What went through that man's head when they was about to cuff him was, yes, this is a speculation, but I'm gonna tell you, he had just told that police officer he was going to be spending Sunday with his daughter because it was her birthday. Can you imagine standing there and knowing you about to go to jail and everything that he just said, he was on probation. So if he go to jail, he's going to be in there for a long time, and he's going to miss his daughter's birthday. And he's going to leave his children, and he's going to leave his wife. All of those thoughts flooded through his head, man. All the brother did was just locked up. He was just like, "Oh no, I can't let my family fall."
Hey, but Shalakia, look at what would happen though. Instead of him going to jail and missing this particular situation, now he's never going to see his family again.
Never going to see his family again.
Why? You know why? Because he didn't use wisdom.
You
know what I'm saying? And this is what
First
I
of
feel
all,
like
he should have been drinking and driving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what I feel like we bring to the table, trying to push the word. You know what I'm saying? We bring a sense. Not only are we telling you to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, but we telling you to use wisdom in your everyday life. You know, a brother told us one day, yo, that's common sense. But it's not. It's not common because everybody doesn't have sense.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull out Matthew chapter 5 and verse 25. I got precepts for this. It says, "Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. Let's say any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison." This brother didn't even get cast into prison. This brother lost his life.
Con.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man. You know you was drinking and driving. You know that you fell asleep. Listen, what happened to the last brother we seen that fell asleep at the drive-thru?
Shot up.
They shot him up
through his windows.
He didn't get a chance to fight the cops.
Con. He didn't even get a chance to get out of the car.
Come on, man.
They shot him up through his windows. All they said was gun, and boom,
Busted,
boom, 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 boom. Shoot first, ask questions later. That's what we're gonna get. That's how it's coming to us, and we have to wake up and realize that enough is enough. Either you gonna die, or you gonna have this life come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. And that's why we're out here
That's right.
teaching you all that we need to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, so we can be delivered from this place, so we can be delivered from these heathen, so we can be delivered from this devil.
Okay.
I agree with you, Aharan. I agree with you. I'm not totally against what you're saying. You're right. This ain't the most prevalent video or case showing police brutality, but yet, whenever you shoot somebody in the back, especially in the Old West, you was labeled a coward. But we know that they're cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom, Mark. Shalom.
Shalom. Let me get his mic on.
Okay.
There you go.
Shalom. Get his mic on.
Hey, we got our. This is our. Go ahead.
Yeah, he got to get his mic. He got to get his mic together.
Yeah, you got a lot of little noise behind you. Whatever that is. All right, this is the brother Jonathan. Soldier Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? A strong soldier in the camp. Got a lot of precepts and putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you doing that, brother.
And also, when we listening to his music at the beginning of the show, that's right. Yeah.
This is the brother we spoke to his music at the beginning of the show. He done put in a couple of songs that we listened to on different shows. You know, he's one of the brothers, a talented brother, and we appreciate you, brother, joining the show, man.
The water, for sure.
Yeah, you coming in clear too.
All praises, man. All praises. Y'all brothers bringing it out though.
Man, we just showing what's happening in the world, but yeah, the word is still coming forth, and Israel is being edified. The water.
That's right.
I'm going to continue on with the protests after Rashad's death, and let's get that playing.
Very awful situation has unfolded in Atlanta. You're looking at live pictures coming in from that Wendy's over there where the incident occurred last night. Look at that building. It's now totally engulfed.
So after he was murdered,
that's where Rayshard Brooks, he was
the
in
next
car,
day,
simply going through
someone
the drive-thru,
set
fell
the
asleep,
Wendy's on
cars were
fire.
going around him. The police showed up, and then that situation deteriorated big time, resulting in Rayshard Brooks.
Hey man, the business owner was like, "Ooh, this is the opportunity time to get out of this business. Go over there and torch it, and then we could blame it on the black folks." But that didn't happen. She got caught, or they got on film.
That's wild.
Here, let's check this out though. I mean, right after people were protesting.
27 years old being shot and killed by police, and there are a lot of angry folks in Atlanta. They blocked off Interstate 75, a major interstate in the
Man, they
Atlanta
blocked
area.
off the highway.
Firefighters can't even get to the Wendy's and other places.
They
in
blocked off the
area to deal
highway
with
so
that
the
fire.
firefighters
So that
couldn't get
fire
to the building.
continues right now with no firefighters on the scene. Ariva Martin is still with us, our legal analyst. She's a civil rights attorney at the same time. Ariva, as you see the situation, it was a very peaceful demonstration, but then things quickly deteriorated.
We've seen that happen with really throughout the country as we watch these protests erupt following the brutal murder of George Floyd. And I think we minimize the pain.
That's enough of that. We don't need to commentate it. Everybody probably been watching it all week.
Con, we was leaving camp and brothers was telling us about the fire. You know, I ain't know what to think about at the time. You know, your mic's still muted, right, Jonathan?
Con.
Oh, I ain't know if you. Oh, my bad. I ain't know what to think about it at the time. You know, I kind of felt because I didn't know too much about the story, so I just heard that the cops killed another one of our brothers and they set the Wendy's on fire. I was like, I kind of was like, yeah, burn, just like this place, this whole Babylon gonna burn. Like it kind of made me feel like, yeah, like
it's on fire.
Like, you know what I mean? They kind of got that feeling in my bones, like.
Yeah, but check this out though. It wasn't us that set those fires or set that Wendy's on fire. And here's the article.
Yeah. Fire department releases new photos of one person who they believe
I don't think the audio coming through.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh, you
And I'm
can?
Courtney Bryant. Thank you for joining us tonight. That massive fire happened
Hold
during
on.
demonstrations
I'm
after the
frozen.
death of
There
Rashard
you go.
Brooks. Fox 5's Alex Whitler joins us live tonight from the Wendy's on University Avenue. And Alex, you were there when this happened.
Yeah, and it's a very different sight tonight, Courtney. That Wendy's really just has a small group of people out, completely different vibe from what we've seen over the past several days. But we know investigators are actively searching for the people who set the fast food restaurant on fire.
Who is the people?
Crystal clear surveillance images show another woman investigators believe to be behind the Wendy's arson. That restaurant is where Atlanta police shot and killed 27-year-old Rashard Brooks last Friday night. Take a look. The woman had a purplish pink jacket tied around her waist while inside a convenience store. I was there as a group of people worked together to light the fast food restaurant on fire. This video from that heated night shows the moments leading up to when what was once a peaceful protest took a turn. Look closely, and you'll see our cameras were rolling as the woman with the jacket around her waist tested what appears to be a strong lighter of the blowtorch as others smashed windows. Okay, I'm about to move. Soon after we stood back to keep a safe distance from a possible explosion, lit a firework inside that Wendy's. These new images released Tuesday supplement pictures investigators first sent out the day before. They show another woman Atlanta police and fire say is responsible for the arson.
Another white woman.
Including her face mask and a headlight. Images of both women continue to fuel a firestorm of remarks online. Many of the peaceful protesters told me Saturday people come from outside of the neighborhood to start up unrest and violence. There's now a $20,000 reward for anyone who has information about who lit that Wendy's on fire. Report.
What you mean?
I couldn't quit.
Who lit
$20,000?
Say it again.
Is $20,000? They putting up that much money like they don't know what time it is?
Didn't they just see him on video? Did they just see the chick with the flame torch? Like, what's up? You looking for a Jake? You looking for a Jake to put? That's what you want. You want a Jake who was inside that establishment setting stuff on fire. That's what you want. You want videotape or somebody to testify that it was a black man who did it, or a black woman who did it, or Eve. That's what you want.
That's right. If they get a description that's even close, precept. If they get a description that's even close, the alibi don't even have to line up. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? So we already know, man, that serpent is the most subtle. Right? You're not gonna out sneak Esau, man. And what's funny is they burn stuff down over baseball games. They lose a hockey game, they lose a hockey championship, and they'll burn the city down.
That's right.
That's right. Hey,
right
Shalaki,
after a soccer game.
Not even lose, but win.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
win.
That's right.
They win. They flipping cars.
That's right.
You
Tear
know
the
what I'm saying?
basketball stadium up, pull the basketball goal down,
Pull the goal goes down.
Yep.
On a football game.
Here's another article right here. It says that Washington State woman arrested accused of setting 5 police vehicles ablaze in George Floyd riots. There you go. That's not Jake.
Hey, you know the ill thing about this, the ill thing about this is we've been saying it. We've been telling you this. Listen, before I came into the truth, brothers been telling you this.
Yes.
That Esau is the devil. During these riots, brothers and sisters have been telling you this. Agent provocateurs. People in the midst of you. Why are you marching with them?
Yes.
Why are you hands in hands with them? Why are you so quick to forgive them for shooting your brother who's in his house on the couch eating ice cream?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Why are you so quick to forgive them and give them hugs? Why do our own people want to hug them and rub their head and tell them it's gonna be okay? You know?
Because the Most High done gave them strong delusion. Help for them.
Hey, I'll say this:
they love their enemy. They love the enemy, and they want to perish right along with them.
That's right. That's how you know that we supposed to be in power, man. We the only people at the bottom getting stepped on, getting smashed and busted in the head with everything that you find, and we still can find a way to love these people. So the Most High put us in. He put that spirit on us, like. Hey, check this out, man. Check this out. Genesis 27:39, right? So this is when Jacob took the blessing from Esau. Verse 29. I'm gonna start at verse 28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. So the blessing to Jacob was the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, right? So what Esau do when he show up and find out that Jacob got the blessing? He came in, was whining to his dad. Oh man, you ain't gonna bless me too?
Right.
And look what Isaac told him in verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven. He gave them both the same blessing. That's why we can't get away from this devil, man.
Right.
We can't get away from him because he got a part of the same blessing that we got. And that's the reason why everywhere Esau is, you find Jake. Everywhere you find Jake, Esau is there trying to find a way to stab us in the back and use us to prop his own kingdom up, man.
Put a knee in our neck.
That's right.
That's right.
Man.
Right. Man.
And we love him.
Nah.
We love him. The 2/3 love him. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, put it like that. Hey, look. It's not their fault though, man. They done gave him the white Jesus. They done gave him pork, pepperoni pizza. They done gave the white woman with the dog hair. You know what I'm saying? And they love everything that they gave him.
That's right.
We even joke with him. Look at this. Look at this picture.
That's ridiculous.
This is the George Floyd challenge. This is what they're doing on the internet. Now this one is more profound because this brother, this Edomite right here, actually has a gun to his head.
Shalakia, let's explain what the George Floyd challenge is. From my understanding, is they don't believe that the brother died from a knee to the neck or being on the brother because he was yelling he couldn't breathe. They're saying, well, how could you not breathe, but you saying you
You
can't
can
breathe?
talk, right?
You can talk. So what they're doing is these Edomites, they're getting somebody together and they're mimicking George Floyd's death. And this is the George Floyd challenge. They're being on top. And this coon, this I don't even know. Hey, listen, he could be a fusion of face.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. He could be a Hamite. He look ham.
Or he could be he's an Edomite. He could be an Edomite. I'm just saying.
He could be an Edomite too, right? Could be his
I
brother.
mean, hey, listen, he could be one of our brothers too.
That's true.
The fact of the matter is that why would you put yourself in this position where I don't know if the gun? I'm pretty sure. Hopefully the gun is not loaded. But at the same time, you allowing this. He's smiling. You see that Joker wicked smile he got? You can't even. The picture is small. The brother is smiling. He's enjoying the fact that this so-called nigga is allowing him to do this to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Yeah,
man,
that is detestable, man.
Hey, listen, we gotta teach our kids.
This is what we gotta sit here and watch every day.
Hey, but go and pick on the World Trade Centers right now. Go and stand in front of the Alamo and tell them the damn Alamo don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And see how many white people show up with their damn shotguns and rifles.
Mm-hmm. You know, let's do that to them, man. Let's tell them how they rape, robbed, and murder everybody in the world and see how they call it hate.
I got a precept real quick. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. And that's our people, man. That young Jake, man, or whoever he might be, man, there is no understanding. He is void of understanding, man. Right. Trying to fit in with his oppressor, man. That's disrespectful, man. His mother and his father should be sure saying, man. They should have made a video how they whooped his behind. That's what they should have made a video of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's disgusting, man. That's why you got Karen and all these people at the job so they can talk crazy and say they understand what you're going through, man. Because you got Jake like that, man. It's detestable.
Hey, what kind of how are you showing respect to your parents doing something like that, or to yourself? Not alone to the Most High, but how are you showing reverence to your people? You know what I'm saying? Consideration for your brother's plight. Doing something like that, allowing him to do that to you. Like even in an ignorant state, even before I ever came into the truth, I'd be damned if I would have let somebody do that to me.
That's right.
Even my home, like, we don't play like that. You about to put your neck on my, no.
Yeah.
You are. That's the six.
Jake already don't play like that. That's the thing about it. That's how I know his spirit ain't right, because Jake already don't play like that.
No.
You're not gonna go to no Jake house and somebody kneeling on their neck for fun.
Hey, the worst thing you could do to is put your hands on me. Especially if I ain't expecting it.
Yeah, you too close, bro.
It's like, oh, it's a problem now.
You know.
But hey, let's look at the conglomerate of them. Let's look at the conglomerate of them. Look at this. Look how it moves.
Hope you're doing great.
Give the voice.
Server Vibes
narrating
another video for you guys. Now we all know what's going on in the internet. It's all about George Floyd death. It's all about a black man who was killed by the Minneapolis police officers. So if for those who doesn't know George Floyd, George Floyd died on May 25th after a Minneapolis police officer knelt on his neck for several minutes while he was
Man,
handicapped
he's in
on
the
the
cup of
ground.
his neck.
He was crying that he couldn't breathe and pleading for help. The incident has
Right in his neck.
galvanized
Look at that.
outrage, sparking protests and violence throughout the U.S. Floyd was arrested on suspicion of trying to use forged $20 bills. So when I was using Facebook, I came across and saw some white people are trying to do George Floyd
out.
challenge.
George Floyd
In
challenge.
recent time, there has been massive protest in America and some other countries around the world over the unjust killing of George Floyd by these police officers. While others are mourning the death of George Floyd, some racist Caucasians are busy doing Floyd's challenge to mock his death. It was seen on Facebook posts where they took pictures of themselves kneeling on another white man's neck just to mock the death of George Floyd. Could it be that they are happy that an innocent black man was killed by a racist police officer, or they're just trying to get some fame, something like that? This doesn't add up at all. It's very sad that some people in the present generation could stop so low to engage themselves on this type of challenge. Let me know what's your thoughts about this very situation. Let me know in the comment section. We all have to say.
So that's the George Floyd challenge. This is what these people. This is how these people think of. They celebrate our misery.
Sure, man.
They joke and laugh. We exposing who the devil is in this world. It ain't no secret. They know who they
make
are.
mockery of us, man. The Most High really has put us in a situation, man, where the heathen just run all over us, man, and they make so much mockery, man. And Jake and Eve that's not awake to this truth, man, they just go with the flow, it seems like, of the world, man. They have no care. And this is the result right here. This brother, no home training, man.
Neftali said they kill us and make social media games out of it. The Most High made us a reproach.
That's right, man. A shaking of the head, the shaking of the head, a wagging of the finger, the scriptures say, man. That's our people, man.
Yeah, I gotta appreciate it. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. Hey, this is talking about our people, but at the same time, the ungodly is also the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Which is Esau. And they're going to get punished, you know what I'm saying, according to their wickedness, according to their own imagination. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you wanna do this for social media? Listen, on the left hand side, right? You want to do this, kneeling on brother's neck for social media to get likes, things of that nature from your own crowd. On the right hand side, you want to protest with the black man and black woman. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get likes on your social media. And that's what they've been doing. They've been taking pictures. They've been in Instagram, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I say this. What's the dude running? Biden. Biden said, "Oh, I marched with Martin Luther King. Or I marched with, you know what I'm saying, black people. I've stood for civil rights." Like you just want to be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be able to say that. Listen, I'm for you. But that's not really in your heart. That's not really in your heart. In all reality, what's that scripture you got? It's in Psalms. The words are like
Psalms 55.
Let me get that.
55 and 21.
55 and 21. The water. The words of his mouth were sweeter than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You got an echo, one of y'all. I think it's I don't know.
It's been here. It was not going away. It could be this new computer I got. I have no idea. But I put my headset on, so I don't even understand how even picking up reverberation. But oh well, we'll figure it out. We just need new equipment.
Hey, most high, most high.
And no, I'm not getting the Apple Shaquart. No
Most High's gonna
MacBook for me.
man.
That's right. So, so after the George Floyd challenge, we got Jake trying to save Esau.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here we go. Let's play it. Let's just get into it because it's
The
gonna come.
powerful picture of a black protester carrying a white man to safety is going viral on social media at the moment. This all happened during clashes on Saturday between Black Lives Matter demonstrators and far-right groups in London. Patrick Hutchinson says he picked the man up after noticing he was injured and carried him to police nearby to keep him safe. For more on this, the unforgettable image. I'm joined by CNN's Salma Abdulaziz at London's Waterloo Station, where these clashes broke out on Saturday. Really is an amazing image. Tell us more about the man and his motives.
That's exactly right, Michael.
So
And
y'all
those
want to hear
steps
this man's
just behind me
explanation?
there is actually where this whole
Is it really necessary?
There were right-wing demonstrators.
Do we really need to hear him explain why he did it?
Hey, but look,
Nah, the fact
I give him the benefit of the doubt, but
it wouldn't even make no difference.
he did it, right?
It wouldn't even make no difference.
He did it.
Hey man, Jake carried that Edomite on his shoulders, man. Like, I got you.
I got you,
bud. I got you. Come on, man.
Hey, we still slaves, man.
That's it.
Literally, see, that's the thing. Esau, you gotta hear this, Esau. Because we broke our back for this country. We've been at the bottom since day one, and we still carrying your fat, out of shape ass around into safety. In your army, dragging your feeble men out of the war zone. You know what I'm saying? Bringing you back to shelter, man. And this how y'all do us? That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, Esau don't care, man. It is no end to this man's wickedness.
We show them love, and they show us hate.
Yeah. Constantly.
You know what I imagine? You know what I imagine? The brother. I imagine the brother carrying him to safety. Like, yo, you all right? Okay, he turned around and get stabbed in his back. That's what I imagine.
Nah, he turned around. A brother stepped on his Jordans and he knocked that nigga out.
That too.
Right.
He knocked him out, but he made
Yeah. Bring that out.
Hey, man, it's crazy, man. It was 4 officers that watched George Floyd die. Nobody did nothing. Now this Edomite getting his behind whooped, and now they gotta save him, man.
That's right.
Got him in the fireman carry.
That's right.
They would get that man a trophy, man.
Textbook procedure right there.
Hey man, that's how you carry your army buddy out of the field if he's injured. On the shoulder, just like that.
Yeah, I got
hey, you buddy, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Right,
You're gonna
Don't worry about it.
Ain't nobody gonna touch you now.
It's crazy.
Man. Oh, hold up though. I got one more for you. This will go make you laugh.
Hey, I got a precept real quick.
Go ahead, bring that precept. Bring that precept.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 80, verse 6. Thou makest us a strife unto our neighbors, and our enemies laugh among themselves, man. Our enemies laugh at this.
Look at this.
They laugh. Look, we got this nigga shining our boots. Good old house nigga. Master, our shoes clean, master.
Don't get mad. Don't hate. Congratulate.
He said, "Don't hate, congratulate."
Don't get
These
mad.
are our elders. These are our elders, man.
Don't hate. Congratulate.
He said, "Don't hate and graduate."
That makes me sick, man.
To the stomach.
Hey, this
Wow.
is our elders, man. Putting this in state. Those who's supposed to be teaching us the way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get us back into righteousness. Or sitting there, we gotta watch you shine in this day and age. We gotta watch you shining Edomite shoes during a protest.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Fact, man.
Hey, man, that's a minstrel show. He said,
Hey,
"Don't
that's the
hate,
spirit.
congratulate."
Hey, that's the spirit, right, man. I'm at Isaiah 3 right now. That's it. We have no leaders, man. We have zero leadership, man. If you want to know what happened to our leaders, man, read Isaiah chapter 3, man. The first couple verses, man, like the first
They
4
were
or 5
taken
verses.
out.
We have no leaders, man, and our gates languish, man.
That's the spirit too, because that's part of my lesson.
There's no
Man.
leadership in the so-called black nation right now, man. Latino
Oh,
Native
no.
American.
I got a precept for you, man. And I'm in Isaiah 2, but I'm in Isaiah 29, man.
Oh no.
29, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered. He's covered our eyes of our elders, man, of our prophets and our seers. Those who's supposed to guide us and lead us, man. He covered us, man. He put a deep sleep on them. They want to act like there's something that they're not. They want to act like a fool, man.
That's right.
And they lead our people and our daughters to be like this.
And we wonder why we got Esdras talking about woe is me, man. Woe is me. Who's going to deliver from this, man?
God. He saw it. What our people are gonna become.
That's right. I got a precept too to add to that.
I don't even want to play this video. Honestly, I mean, like,
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Like 3 seconds of this. Children on here. This thing.
Yeah, I can't even really show this in conscious. I think I can just pretty much.
The picture almost say enough.
The picture says enough. The girl that's out here she's giving the police department a dance, like she's at a grove.
Man, she was practicing. She was working on this dance at the house, man, and she couldn't wait to do this, man.
That's right.
Hey, you gotta hear the people egging her on, though. Our own people.
You want.
I don't play it. I mean, maybe like 2-3 seconds out, but this is.
I don't think it's.
Man.
Oh, it said the Most High stopped that video from being played. The media cannot be played.
That's right.
So I'm gonna take that as the Most High.
Hey, Shalakia, though, this is a sister out there twerking and doing stripping moves in front of during the middle of a protest.
Oh Lord!
I know a lot of y'all heard about that and might have even seen that video, but I want to pull out a precept, man. Sirach chapter 26 and verse 9. The whoredom
removed it.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Our sisters don't understand. When you act like this and when you dress a certain type of way, people are going to consider you as a whore. You understand? They're going to consider you as you are. If you shamefaced and you modest apparel, the type of person that's going to approach you are going to treat you with respect.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And because you're going to demand respect. You know what I'm saying? But verse 10 says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. It's our duties as fathers and elders and people in these women's lives, man, to tell them, at least give them the information to explain. Don't be like that. Don't think that all you have to be is a bed wench or a stripper. Don't think that that's the only way you can go. You know what I'm saying? You have a power that's greater than any dollar that you can receive. You know, you just have to tap into that power. You know, I mean, you
No,
want
they
to.
want to be. They believe that white lives matter too.
Hey,
They want to be just like Esau. That's why they got the blonde hair and they got the long, foot long eyelashes.
Hey, but Eve been taught the wrong. They've been taught to seek worth from the wrong place.
Exactly.
that's
They
right.
think that their worth comes from how many dudes is looking at them, how many friend requests they got on Instagram, how many shares they got on their twerk video.
Con.
So they feel like, cool, I'm people like me now. But the truth of the matter is this. Anybody will look at a shining, like you see something shining, you're gonna look at it. You see a nice car, you're gonna look at it.
Right.
That don't make it have value at all.
Yeah.
The most valuable cars are the ones that you don't see the most. The most valuable diamonds and jewels are the ones you don't see the
You ain't
most.
gonna never set eye on it.
That's right. If I got, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got some very precious jewels, y'all probably not gonna see it. It's gonna be at the crib in the safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Man.
Wifey wears them every now and then.
That's right. It ain't gonna be an everyday thing, because then it's not even special no more.
But what do we say about him?
Hey, I say Hosea 4:6. You know, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the Lord of thy God, I will also forget thy children. Another coon.
Oh, come on.
This whole section has been all about coons, man.
That's right.
Coon after coons, man. You know what coons?
It's a fact, man. Slacky, go ahead. My bad.
Now I was just gonna say, you know what coons do from around my way? They eat out the garbage can.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what this coon right here is doing right here, eating out the garbage, eating with the garbage.
Hey, that looks like the dude off of Wildin' Out. Is that the dude off of?
I can't tell.
Hey,
he got a Illuminati hat with swastika boots.
Brother thought that was Young Exhibit.
And he posing with a skinhead.
Don't make no sense, man. Our people love to wear the Grecians best, man. That's the problem.
That's right.
Facts.
All right, so let's. We talking about coons. Let's go to another one.
Yo, I see you, Oriah, in the chat, man. Keep bringing out them precepts. I'm lucky if I'm not posting them all. I see you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we all looking through the same eyes tonight, man. I was just in Proverbs 31.
Mm-hmm.
This y'all favorite one right here.
Really, just the media's role in propaganda and how upsetting it is to me that Black America always seems to take the bait. Like, I have to say, this case, after all of the work that I've done these last 3 or 4 years to bring Black America up to the fact that every election cycle there is some story that they perpetuate that is supposed to make us think that we are being chased by the Ku Klux Klan. And yet here we are, a couple of months away from an election, and there are Black people running around saying that we are being lynched in Georgia. So let's just start with just the case and how it's been being reported. So first, you are hearing that it is a modern day lynching. That should instantly, if you are a Black American and American, make your ears perk up a little bit, because there are not really modern day lynchings that are taking place in America. There are not lynchings taking place in general. I mean, even at—
What did she say?
Man, George Floyd was just lynched.
That's what she's talking about. She's literally responding to George Floyd. Like lynching, lynching is more than just being hung on a tree. Lynching is when a mob of people or when a few people come together with the plan or the idea to make an example or to do some harm to you.
To bring
you know what I'm saying?
Your demise.
Yeah, that could be said in a lynching. You know what I'm saying? They come together and they shoot you and they scheming on you. That's a lynching, man. Man, we talked about this last week. They used to have postcards of them lynching brothers, and they sent it to all their family.
Send it to their family
That's
members.
how. And this sister, Thawada to the brother Solomon, man. Solomon been telling me about this chick for the longest, and I never really paid her any mind because I didn't care. But at the same time, it's a lot of people who listen to this woman, and she is a coon. Solomon actually found this video right here for us. So Thawada, brother, she is a coon, and she is bringing a lot of our other brothers and sisters deeper down that avenue of coonery by following her. Thawada to the brother DMC. Thawada, brother, for your donation.
Let's finish up what she has to say.
At the time, at the height of the civil rights movement, when Black people were actually being lynched, it was approximately 3,500 Black people that were lynched from the entire period of 1882 all the way up until 1968. All right, so that's actually a very low number relative. Not saying that lynching is okay, obviously, but a very low number relative to the population that we had at that time, or the population that we had all the way up until 1968. So lynchings are not common in general. The idea that people are going around lynching people in 2020 America, you can already know and you can smell that something is wrong with the story.
Right. Well, we're going to prove you wrong tonight, dearie.
Hey, I got something to say before we go there, right? Because I know you about to go there.
We finna prove you wrong.
You put out a statistic, sis. You put out a statistic about how many people who got lynched between 18. I didn't have the exact years, between the 1800s and around 1960.
Right.
But how many of them? How many other lynchings were reclassified as suicides?
That's right.
Or been a house fire or something along those lines. How many of those lynches were done by the police for you resisting arrest or for you raping a woman? You don't call it a lynching. You know what I'm saying? For so-called whistling at a woman. You reclassify it for whatever you want to reclassify it as. And how many of those lynchings that happened you've never heard of?
That's right.
They've been in a grave and you've never seen the person again. You don't have those numbers. You don't have those numbers, sister.
That's right. And she want to bring that up, but she can't bring up. This is what always kills me. They try to make it seem like we go around terrorizing America, like we thugs and we terrorizing America. When you see a Black man in your neighborhood, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. What's gonna happen if a Black man go to a Chinese neighborhood? He going to the Chinese store. What happened if he go to a damn Jewish neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? He just passing through. If one of y'all come to our neighborhood, nothing's gonna happen. But that's right. That's the thing about it. That's the hypocrisy behind that. How many white people just came up missing, and we beat them and stabbed them and burned their bodies and did all this wicked stuff, man. When y'all start showing us the numbers, you want to go back to 1960. Some of them people still alive. Some of them people was never charged with nothing, and they still alive. They still walking around right now. And then Jake want to go get him a white wife, and he don't even know that her grandma was one of the people in the picture.
That's right. It's crazy.
Stupid, man.
Hey, Shalaki, how many of our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters vanished? How many of our sisters getting sold into sex slavery? We're not doing that.
That's right.
We're not doing that. That's Esau in control of all of that shit. It's just the same thing with Esau, who's really in control of bringing the drugs in our community, bringing the guns into our community. Esau was the one in control of putting us in the lowest state, putting us in projects. You know what I'm saying? Breaking up our homes from our fathers being involved with the you know what I'm saying? Our home structure. They was the ones involved in all of that. Like, man, it pisses me off, man. Hey, Thawada, Ibrigad, Thawada.
So, go ahead.
Because just to hear her talk about it, man, it's just so ignorant, man, and a lack of knowledge on her behalf. She basically just justified that our people could be lynched. Oh, it was only this amount of number. It's a low amount, but a lot of our people were killed innocently, man.
That's right.
For nothing. But she's justifying it, man. I'm telling you, man, that's why these white people can go around and act the way they act and talk the way they talk to us, because we have our so-called leaders, the black leaders in our community, acting like that, man.
We perish because we have a lack of knowledge, man.
That's right. And then a lot of us,
Yeah.
oh, Salakia. But a lot of us actually experience situations where you go to work, right? And you got that one sly ass devil that want to say something slick to you because he know he can get away with it. He know he can get away with it. Oh man, what you think about George Floyd? Bro, don't ask me that. I'm at work now. I ain't talking about that.
Hey, on some real talk, yo, I had like the 2 days like after George Floyd died, right, at my job, yo, I had Edomites patting me on the back. Yo, James, you're gonna be such a great leader, man. I know it's tough times for you. I'm looking at him like,
that's right.
Yo, first of all, why are you touching me?
That's right.
but like just the ignorance of them. Then a Edomite dude was like, you know, man, I'm not one of those guys, man. I never stood for racism, man. But then then I hear him talking to his friend, having redneck conversations, man.
Where hast thou loved us?
Saying he's a redneck, man.
I ain't following.
They're hypocrites, man. They gotta go, man. Every one of them, man.
That's right.
There's not a good Edomite on this planet Earth.
That's
Zero.
right.
There's not one, man. No, not one. Like how the scripture is saying.
So this brother right here, well, I ain't gonna call him a brother because I can't say what he is, but his name is Stephen Carrillo, and I can only imagine that he could be possibly Issachar with an Esau spirit. But this brother right here, he was a U.S. Air Force sergeant charged with in Boogaloo Boys murder. And if y'all haven't heard who the Boogaloo Boys are, I'm going to read it and let you know. It's called the Boogaloo Movement. And the Boogaloo Movement is members of which are often referred to as the Boogaloo Boys, is a loosely organized American far-right extremist movement. Members of the Boogaloo Movement say they are preparing for a coming second American Civil War, which they call the Boogaloo. The term is used by members of the group to refer to violent uprisings against the federal government or left-wing political opponents, often anticipated to follow government confiscation of firearms. Well, let me tell you what this brother did. What he did, he went out and shot two. He went out and shot two police officers, and one of them died. They were actually security officers, and he shot a Jake. And after he shot a Jake, he ended up shooting another a police officer. So it says right here, Stephen Carrillo is accused of killing David Patrick Underwood outside the courthouse in Oakland during a Black Lives Matter protest last month. So what the Boogaloo Boys do is they use the protest, they use things that's already happening to go in and use that to cause mayhem and to get their agenda across. It's to start a race war. Generally, that's what they want to do. So you ask this question: was David Patrick Underwood lynched?
He had to be. That's premeditated.
Premeditated murder.
That's right.
All right. So he was already charged with murder of another officer 8 days later. Damon Gutzweiler was killed in an ambush near Santa Cruz on 6 June. Mr. Carrillo, who was stationed at Travis Air Force Base, was arrested during a subsequent confrontation. He appears to have used his own blood to write various phrases on the bonnet of a car he stole, including "Bug" and "Stop the Duopoly." Boogaloo is a term used by extremists to reference a violent uprising and impending civil war in the United States, said the FBI. So these people are preparing for a race war. And they're out there in the middle of protests causing mayhem and havoc and shooting people. People are being shot up and killed during these protests. And it ain't always coming from the police.
Hey, I think it's funny too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
This Zechariah 1:15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. And that's all these Edomites doing, man. Even our people was helping further the affliction, man.
That's right.
Like we've been, hey, this been the spirit lately, man. 2/3 of our people got to get the hell out of here. That's the only way we're gonna be able to build a nation, man.
That's right.
2/3 of them gotta go, man. People gotta understand what times we living in, man. How serious the truth is, man. Man, these times are serious. It's not even, and this is like a little sidebar. It's not even just like the outside world that's going through stuff, man. Even us as Israelites is going through stuff, man. With Satan around, man. Our wives are bucking up. Our families is tripping. Our kids is acting up, man. It's a lot of inner conflict, man, because Satan is just lurking on Babylon the Great, man.
That's right.
And he got to stir up the nation of Israel, man. This is ridiculous, man. It's making me upset, honestly. You better go to camp.
Hey, for real.
Hey, this is me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, I'll be on 100.
Hey, what the scripture say? Discretion make a wise man mad, man.
Man.
So,
That's what's happening.
continuing with this, there's no lynching that's happening in the United States at this time. I don't even know where she got her information from, but she shouldn't have opened her mouth, because now we're gonna prove her a liar, because they got the Dreyer anti-lynching bill was first introduced in 1918 by Representative Leonidas C. Dreyer, a Republican from St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States House of Representatives. It was intended to establish lynching as a federal crime. The Dreyer anti-lynching bill was reintroduced in subsequent sessions of Congress and passed by the U.S. House of Representatives on January 26, 1922. But its passage was halted in the Senate by a filibuster by Southern Democrats, who formed a powerful bloc. Southern Democrats justified their opposition to the bill by arguing that lynchings were a response to rapes, and proclaiming that lynchings were an issue that should be left for states to deal with.
Look at that. And it was the damn Democrats.
Democratic Party. And y'all go
say
out here and y'all run and y'all stand in the lines, and them devils voted this bill. They actually held it up. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, let's pull up this article. What's going on with this bill?
Because to this day, it's 100 years, and to this day, this bill has never passed.
Never passed.
That's wild right there.
So Senator Paul acknowledges holding up anti-lynching bill, says he fears it will be wrongly applied.
How can you wrongly
That's
apply?
in the spirit. The dog just confirmed it. Shout it out.
Yeah, the con.
Damn.
Hey, man. Senator Rand Paul acknowledged Wednesday that he is holding up a bill with broad bipartisan support that would make lynching a federal hate crime, saying he fears it could allow enhanced penalties for altercations that result in only minor bruising. Man, these devils, man, they'll make up any situation to cover up their tracks.
That's right.
To halt this bill, there's no reason why this bill should be halted. And it's been held up since 1922.
They may as well go ahead and throw that away.
Hey, Shalakia.
It's toilet paper.
Hey, Shalakia. So this Edomite, right? He wants to block a bill because somebody might do something to somebody else of another nation or another people, and it might not be that bad.
It might not be that bad. It might just be a bruise.
It might just be a bruise. I might just give him a black eye just because he's black, or I might just.
He just got jumped. Be all right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I might just do something to him, but it's not that bad just because I didn't like his nationality. You know what I'm saying? But let them do that to a LGBTQ XYZ.
It's over with,
It's over with. that to a white man. Look, hold on. First of all, look what all of the shit the white man did. Look what they did to the Native Americans. Look at the conquistadors done did to the Northern Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You trying to cover up your sins and the things that you plan and will do in the future. Your kids might do in the future. So you don't want to have no bill on the books.
Hey, Jake is suffering down there in Brazil too. They're suffering down in South America. They're getting murdered. They got COVID-19 is running rampant through them as well.
I believe it.
Hey, screw your law. Screw your constitution, man. It was never for us.
It never, ever.
Never. Hey, the so-called Black, Native American, Latinos, man, we was not for the Constitution. The Constitution had no intent for us to be a part of it. We are captured slaves. You don't get Constitution.
Right. That's why you're being murdered in the street.
That's right. Matter of fact, you dying just so we can have this Constitution.
That's right.
Right. That's right.
Hey, man, the Aharan said all the time, man, America was willing to die than to go into slavery. But us, all we want is a little equality, man. No justice or no peace, man. Over and over. They've been doing this since the 60s, man. Same marches, same walks, same talk, man.
But the only thing they haven't tried, like the elder says, is coming back to these law, statutes, commandments.
That's it,
Doing what the Most High told you to do from the beginning. We would have never lost our rulership.
That's right.
Like, let's just try it. Let's just try it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's take that from Nike. Let's do it. Let's come back to the Most High, man.
She said that people ain't being lynched, but there all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks there's been a total number of 6 hangings in the United States. Come on, man, and 2 are right here right there in California. I said right here, Salakia, right in California. Matter of fact, like maybe 45 minutes from each other. One was in Palmdale and the other one was Victorville. I know them very well. I used to live out there. It's the hot desert. And ain't nothing but a bunch of yahoos out there. Some weird folks, I promise you. But let's check it out. Two hanging deaths of black men in separate incidents in California are causing skepticism about what really happened to them after they were found weeks apart. I'll let y'all read the rest. That happened on June 10th. Cause of death was a suicide. Malcolm Harsh. And see that grief on that woman's face. That's the echo. There you go. I think it's this browser that's causing it to echo like that. But yeah, 2 brothers over there in California. They thought to hang themselves.
That's right. How many people commit suicide like that? Like, how many people gonna hang themselves as a method. I'm gonna strangle myself to death as a method of suicide.
That's a hard way to go.
That's a real hard way to go.
How you climb
Hey,
that tree
That's right.
or go up and like you know what I'm saying? And then you tried to roll, you did all of that. And you know everything is on camera nowadays. Everybody got cameras everywhere.
no
There's no
camera,
footage of him.
no footage.
There's no footage of him climbing up on the
Oh,
tree and doing.
That's right.
hey, it's easier to go out and get shot by a cop than hang yourself.
Usually people slit their wrists, they pop pills, they take it's a lot of other ways, man. But we as a people have been known for this to happen to us. So it's not unreasonable to come to the conclusion that this happened to these brothers.
They hung
It's not
Yahusha on the tree,
That's right.
I was just about
and they've been
to put
continuously
that out.
hanging us in trees. Hey, I
I was
saw a
just about to
picture of us. I saw a picture of a bunch of people hung out in the tree, and they had put stencil and lights around the tree and had us as ornaments. And it was men, women, like it was like 20 or 30 people all hung up in that tree.
Yeah, that's your Christmas tree. Hey, but look, I say this too. Seeing the Black Lives Matter thing is really starting to piss me off.
It's a damn joke.
It's getting on my damn nerves, bro. Because look, check this out. I was watching that Dave Chappelle when he went to South Africa. I think he went there and did a stand-up. So anyway, he told a story about this dude named Iceberg Slim or something like that. And he was a pimp. And basically, what he would do is he would beat his hoes with a hanger and beat them so bad, but then he would run a bath water for them, give them something to drink and give them some drugs, and they'll be happy. They'll love him. This is how Esau been doing us the whole time. He been pimping us out. He gonna come and start the damn fire, then put it out and be like, yo, I'm the hero. And that's what the Black Lives Matter, that's all this Black Lives Matter movement is. I started this fire, but since I'm here to help you put it out, you should love me.
And where's the Black Lives Matter when all these deaths ain't happening? When it ain't broadcasted on TV? What I don't never see them in no hoods, helping the schools in the private.
That money ain't even going to us.
They're not
I don't see them.
That's right. They're not at the abortion clinics. They're not out there at the damn Wendy's.
Bring it out,
when old boy vigil going on. Like who out there had a Black Lives Matter sign? Ain't that what it was supposed to be about? Ain't that what it was really supposed to be about? Why nobody was giving no big, long, drawn out speech out there while y'all was out there? Hey, y'all need to calm down. This is what we here for. This is what we really here for.
Exactly.
They weren't here for that. They was here to turn up and bring folly and more folly, man. And we felt Satan in the mix of that, man. Satan's presence was felt, man. I'm telling you. Never felt that before. Satan's presence was felt right there, man.
It's wild.
I felt it at 5 points, man, when them spirits come out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you said, them hey, Manatazach said something, and he brought this to my attention the other day, and I kind of actually yesterday. I ain't want to dwell on it too much, but you know the money that they get don't even go to our communities. They give the money back to white politicians. But you know,
matter of fact,
Bernie
Sanders got $191 million. He's like one of the main contributors. They contribute to him. They have a listing of it.
Oh yeah, that's how they get so powerful.
Yeah, and I think Bernie Sanders got a lot of it. Biden got $91 million of it. Hey man, I was like, this money is not even going. This Black Lives money is not even going to Black Lives. It's going to the Democratic Party and the national, in the committee and all of that stuff. So they're funneling that money right back to white folks.
Hey,
oh man.
Yeah, hey, but Shalakia though. But to be real, we got to be real about this, right? That's what the oil companies and the tobacco companies do. You know what I'm saying?
They lobbying. Yeah, we understand that, but Black lives. How's it? They're representing black lives and giving the money to white lives.
That's what they
It
do.
just needs to be exposed.
That political power, man. And see, that's the thing. When you see the Israelites, you see the Israelites marching down the street protesting or doing whatever they doing. It don't get no media coverage because we not throwing dollars at you know what I'm saying? We're not throwing dollars at the so-called right people. And so
institutions.
they know how to play this game. The Black Lives Matter people, that's why they can paint the whole street Black Lives Matter.
Fine.
Yeah.
They can shut the whole city down.
No repercussion.
That's right. They can shut a whole 6 blocks down in Seattle and created them wars like basically an anarchy zone. And they could do that, and nobody can't say nothing to them because they got that power.
Let us go over there and shut down a neighborhood. Man, they're gonna bring in the National Guard, the Army, and everybody else.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Tear gas and rubber bullets. They're gonna be shooting real bullets.
That's right.
Man, even the sister Alicia Garza, man, who is one of the founders of Black Lives Matter, is married or is with a transgender man.
Right.
Whatever that means.
Funded by lesbians. And I think George Soros, he's actually the person that put up the money for Black Lives Matter. And then you got a bunch of lesbians running it.
So they just
be real.
They just
gonna be
covering
real.
up the LGBTQ movement under the Black Lives
what was that? Black lives equal gay lives, gay lives. Did y'all see that symbol? Did y'all see that sign? Somebody posted that on the chat the other day. Oh.
And it's crazy though, Akim, because every time like a black man gets killed and we start to protest, some faggotry always has to linger behind it. Always. Every like a month later, you're gonna some faggotry creeping in there.
That's right.
Every time.
It's very insensitive. It's very insensitive. Like, for instance, you know, person A gets killed. I want to go and protest for person A. And I want to actually talk about all the people that's like person A that need to get justice. But what you're going to do is you're going to jump on my train and take over my movement and then say, hey, you know what? Person B too and person C, hey, and we're going to call it, we're going to put person A name on it. This is all about George Floyd, but at the same time, why you putting out posters with faggots and stuff on it? It don't make no sense. They know exactly what they're doing.
We got another article right here of a black teen found just a couple of days ago hanging in Texas. And I'm going to play this video right here to get this information.
Because it has become heavily monetized. The focus is on taking people from prison, putting them in community corrections, parole.
What's going to wall here?
In the 1850s, now have more
company making money off the GPS monitor. Now there's is it real?
I think this is a advertisement to a movie.
Putting them in community corrections, parole, and probation.
How much progress is it really? Now there's a private company making money off the GPS monitor.
We now have more
Look at that.
Americans under criminal supervision than all the slaves
Throwing
back
us
in
in
the
jail.
1850s.
Hey, Sal, how come the bullets on the wall here?
You want brothers on the wall? Get your own place. You can do what you want to do.
Y'all remember Radio Raheem was choked out?
I think it's about us.
Us who?
Black people, poor people, everybody at the bottom.
Right, you want it? Pac was trying to school us on how the system's designed against us. Why else you think so many people in our neighborhood deal?
They need the money.
Yeah. And they know real jobs around here. So they fall into the trap.
That's why they call it the trap.
I remember that movie.
Oh, I remember this. Fruitville Station, something like that.
Yeah, Fruitville Station.
Get up!
bruh. We've known Bunny all his life.
Hey, they been showing it.
He's about to pay for something he didn't do.
These are our children, and we gotta set them free.
Who you were in the park with? I don't know names.
Yeah, he got the whole playlist.
Where did you see the lady? What lady?
The female jogger was severely beaten and raped. Every black male who was in the park last night is a suspect. I need all of them.
This is the 5 that went to jail.
Skin has been in favor for the past couple of hundreds of years. Now the pendulum is swung back.
Oh, this is what's the name?
Yeah, they playing this long video of this. I don't know what happened to the video with the black teen slang. It says it right here, but it's playing something else. So I'm gonna pull up. Yeah, the video didn't play. But anyway,
I seen this thing the other day, right? I don't know if y'all seen it. It was a show on Hulu. It's the Wu-Tang show. Did y'all ever watch that or see that before?
The Wu-Tang show?
Nah, I never seen that.
Wu-Tang made a show about how they started up and everything.
Oh no, I check it out.
One of their friends basically was trying to calm down the community, and the big black cop felt disrespected because they listened to their friend before they listened to the black cop who everybody thought was a sellout. You know what I'm saying? Now this black dude done fought in the first Gulf War. You know what I'm saying? He was a veteran. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was over in Germany back in the 80s. You know what I mean? The black cop literally took him out in the street and killed him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, our own people will do it too, feeling disrespected or wanted to show off for their white counterparts. Like they're not like the rest of me. I'm not like that nigga over there. I'll kill it. See, I killed a nigga.
Right.
Because I'm not a nigga. What did the dude from Minister Society say? I can't stand you nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got coons, man, everywhere.
Hey,
you got hate for your own people.
That's right. That's right. Hey, and some of our people are starting to wake up like more and more, man. I used to listen to Wale, and he got a music video that just came out. Let me see the name of it real quick. But he got a music video that just came out, and I'm telling you, that's a cold video. Because what he did was he put a white man in the projects, and he got Black Jesus on the wall, and everything he sees is destructive towards his people. Like it's total role reversal. You gotta go watch it. It's with I can't remember, Kelly Price. That's who it is. You gotta go watch it.
It's called Sue Me.
That's an awesome video, man, because that shows you this system that we live in, this whole matrix that we live in. This was meticulously designed. Like, this was not on accident, you know. So I thought it was an awesome video.
Let me get that right. All right, so we're gonna move forward real quick. I found the video real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. It's real short, but a teenager was found hanging. He was found hanging at a school as well. Check this out. I can't avoid this. I'm trying to avoid this commercial. Give me a second.
Yeah, I see.
All right, here we go. I had the commercials had to play again. I had the cue, but here we go.
Deputies say a teenager who died in a hanging outside a school in Klein ISD appears to have committed suicide.
Now they're calling it suicide. That's 3 suicides now.
School, where people told us what
in
had
2
happened.
weeks.
Overnight, the sheriff's office tweeted, based on security video, witnesses,
Of
and other
black
evidence,
males.
the indications are the male hanged himself. There are currently no signs of foul play. Cause of death is pending an autopsy. Now, if you know someone who is having suicidal thoughts, you can reach them.
Ain't nobody having suicidal thoughts. Them Edomites having suicidal thoughts.
That's right.
They the ones that hang themselves. Brothers don't hang themselves, man. And if they do hang themselves, then
The Edomites don't even hang themselves. They cut their wrists. Or they pop mad pills.
Yeah, they take a whole bunch of pills or something.
Yeah, they pop pills. They ain't hanging themselves. That's a black thing. Like you said, that's what they did at Yahweh Shah. That's what they do. I seen the Edomite say, "Yo, if Jesus come back, we're gonna kill him again." You see that?
sure did.
I posted that in the chat. That Edomite is finished.
Hey, remember his face, man.
Yo,
remember his face.
He can't be my slave. He can't be my slave.
He ain't gonna make it that far.
Nah, hell no.
But even if he come back, you know,
you're gonna feed him to the pigs.
That's gonna be like on those movies, you know.
Alive.
You know, like somebody like Solomon or David will come back and be like, "Yo, I got him. Y'all step back."
Yeah, really a strong man.
That's right.
Well, she said that there is no lynching. But here's another article of a brother that was found in Manhattan Park up in New York now. Death of man found hanged from tree in Manhattan Park ruled a suicide. Starting to sound pretty common, huh?
Mm-hmm. That term, no foul play.
No foul play.
Huh.
So it says the death of a man found hanged from a tree in Manhattan Park has been ruled a suicide, officials said Monday. Dominique Alexander, 27 years old, of Kingsbridge Terrace in the Bronx, died by hanging on June 9th, a spokesperson from the city medical examiner confirmed. That's the brother right there. So we got brothers. I mean, like, even, do you know the odds of having 4 brothers within 2 weeks all kill themselves by suicide? That's some winning the lottery type stuff.
Yeah, you ain't lying. They need to definitely
with no foul play.
Come on now,
man. That's crazy.
And that's just 4. Hold up, we got 5, 6. You know,
right? 11 and 5.
You all having a field day right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, imagine this, y'all. Imagine this, y'all. You get a call saying that your son or your brother just committed suicide by hanging himself on a tree. Now, now he had a job, he had a girl, he had a kid on the way or a baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what your son or your brother had going on.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe he done hit some hard times, but you know where he at mentally. And they gonna tell you that he killed his son? Like, how would you react to that?
I wouldn't go.
I
ain't going for it.
I ain't going for it. I ain't going for it. I need a private investigation. I need a bigger and we as a people, unless we get a lot of attention on the matter, you know what I'm saying? We can't afford a lot of times the lawyers and you know what I'm saying? We can't afford the private medical examiners and all of that comes with the money that comes with trying to get the real information that comes behind that.
That's right.
You get sweet right under the rug.
That's right. You be greedy.
You just look. Go ahead.
I guess you all can read this headline on this one that says Black female teen killed by suspect white supremacist in Akron. This was 3 days ago.
Damn.
This wasn't last week. It says an 18-year-old black girl has died after she was shot multiple times while inside a vehicle in Akron Sunday, according to a release from Summit County Medical Examiner's Office. Officers found the 18-year-old victim, identified by the medical examiner as Nakia Crawford, inside the vehicle with multiple gunshot wounds. Witnesses told the local press and police that a white man in a black sports car shot Crawford. Family members said they believe the incident was racially motivated. The fact that this killing was done in broad daylight and the suspect has not been found, people in the community and online are questioning if law enforcement is somehow complicit in the crime.
Damn.
But people ain't being lynched right now. Hold up. This is what that lady said. She said people ain't being lynched right now, but people are turning up dead mysteriously.
Hey, Shalakia, do y'all remember? I think it happened like 2018, where a brother got found in the back. It was a truck driver. He was like 20, 21, something along those lines. He got
We got
found.
that article.
He got found hung in the back of his trailer. Y'all remember that?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Hey man, this brother just like my cousin, man. Goodness gracious.
The brother said he got the article.
Oh, what happened? Oh my gosh. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Hold on, let me get this back. I don't know what happened. I want to click something.
Why you working on that? We're gonna talk about it. So it was a brother who was a truck driver, and he got found hung in the back of his trailer. You know what I'm saying? And they said it was suicide. You know, so it was he's gonna bring it out, but it was the family got a call from one of the cops who was doing an investigation, and found out that he said that he think it was foul play involved because inside of the cab of the trailer in the truck, it was messed up. Like it was like somebody they had a tussle. There was a fight going on. You know what I'm saying? But that information was never told to the family. It never came out. You know what I'm saying? And they never charged anybody with it. They never reopened the case. They say he committed suicide. Just like that. These are the type of things we talk about when you say the statistics and your numbers are wrong. You know, you want to quote statistics about brothers and sisters being lynched, and you're not even right. You're not even accurate.
She don't care about that though.
That's the brother right there.
Wow, man.
Young dude, man. He was only 21 years old. And this also happened in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He was lynched in a trailer. He was hung inside of a trailer, the back of an 18-wheeler. It says right here, Salaki, let me read this off real quick right here. We put an excerpt on it. It says Blair's mother, Tisha Hunt, even claimed that she had received a phone call from an unnamed detective in Indiana. The detective allegedly informed her that he suspected foul play in her son's death and had seen evidence of damage to the truck's dashboard, consistent with a struggle having taken place there, as well as evidence of lacerations to his neck rather than the ligature wounds typical of hanging victims. Salakia. On 28 March, the Office of Allen County Coroner in Fort Wayne, Indiana, released a statement directly refuting these and other rumors and claims surrounding Blair's death, reaffirming the office's conclusion that the cause of death is asphyxia due to hanging and the manner of death is suicide. So every time they find a brother hung, they're automatically saying it's a suicide. They don't even care to investigate it if it was a lynching, whatnot.
That's right. That's their default position.
Hey, yep. That's a perfect way to say it. Default position. Suicide. When we're done with it, we don't have to investigate it. We don't have to do nothing. There's no police man hours, even though it could be us. It could be them that did it. Ain't no investigation gonna happen because they're ruling it a suicide. So guess what? That's case closed.
Yeah, that's why it's so evident, man, that we as the Israelites that's in the truth and know the knowledge, man, that we stay in this truth, man, because we seeing the prophecies unfolding right before our eyes, man. We got to be willing to die for one another and for the laws of the Most High, man.
That's right.
This is the struggle that we must go through this, man. All our forefathers died for the truth, died for a brother. We must go through this, man. The times is only gonna get harder, man. We living in the exact times, man. You read 2nd Esdras chapter 16, man. We living exactly in these times, man. It's only gonna get harder and harder, man. So it's evident, man, that brothers are standing in the spirit, man, drawn away from their worldly flesh, man, their worldly sin, man, and walking upright as much as they can, man.
That's right.
That's right.
You got to back that up too.
Go ahead,
Acts 7:52. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? And they have slain them, which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom you have now become betrayers and murderers. So, hey, which one of the prophets was not killed, man?
That's right.
You gotta have that spirit.
This devil right here says, white man follows, then kills unarmed black man after minor car crash, claims he was afraid for his life. So, long story short, they get into a fender bender. The brother gets out, kind of perturbed about it, but they go their separate ways. They exchange information. The Edomite happens to kind of follow the brother. He says that he inadvertently followed him. And so the brother thought he was, he was following him. So he got out of his car. And when he got out of his car, the white man grabbed his gun and shot him. Now let's see. Let's give you the story here. He says that he later told police that he heard Lewis say, "I'm GD," an apparent gang affiliation. They both ended up returning to their separate cars and driving off. Trifoletti, however, ended up unintentionally following Lewis after leaving the scene of the crash.
Hey, Salakia. Yeah. How do you unintentionally follow somebody?
He unintentionally followed him.
If I'm following you, I'm following you.
That's right.
That's right. He said that the 39-year-old pulled over again, the brother, and Trifoletti removed his gun from the glove box before allegedly exiting his vehicle and shooting Lewis 4 times. Trifoletti said he feared for his life and decided to fire shots at Lewis when he saw him reach toward his waistband as he approached him. No weapon was found on Lewis.
Of course, man.
Of course not.
That's one of the maladjusted white boys that I don't want to be talking about.
Yo, he hunted that brother like Trayvon. You know, that sounds like a Trayvon Martin situation.
He was charged with second-degree murder.
Salakia.
I'm just saying, Yaakov.
You know what I'm saying? That's evident right there. That's proof, man, that they hunt our footsteps, man.
Con. That's another brother that was lynched.
He probably put in a separate holding facility and all that. You know, he probably got the setup. He ain't gotta messing with him.
They call it Club Med.
That's right. That's right. He probably said he was, probably claimed insanity or something like that.
Man, it goes on and it goes on.
Hey,
this happened in Atlanta. This happened in Atlanta a couple of days ago. So this picture right here is showing a white guy shooting an AR-15 or some type of automatic rifle out of the cabin of the car, and he shot 5 people. Seemed like their article was changed. It was not the original article I had. Is that the one that I got later? Let's see.
It's like echo.
Yeah, it's the page doing it. So this happened in Atlanta just a couple of days ago. I'm going to see if I can pull up a better article real quick. Here it is. So that says Minnesota.
I think it's your mic.
It could be this headset is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no time to change it now. Let me see.
Hey, and they want to put us on a list beside these white boys.
They want to put us on the terrorist watch list, right?
That's right.
And they the ones shooting up schools, shooting up synagogues and mosques. They shooting up everything they can touch. Churches.
That's right.
I mean, you remember what was that years ago? I think it started with the Oklahoma City bombing. I think that was the first. I don't know if y'all remember
that and Columbine.
Oklahoma City was before Columbine. Yeah, they blew it up. They bombed the joint. Then Columbine. Yeah.
And see, that go to show you that white people think of themselves as a nation, because they can't deem these maladjusted white kids as terrorists, because that will be an act against their own nation. Even they understand that. Our people can't get it together. We can't look at each other as a nation.
The first thing they say to justify their wickedness is they got mental problems. That's the first thing they say about themselves.
How about now? Mic check. Is the echo gone?
Nah, you sound better, bro.
Sound better.
Your mic is muted though. There you go.
That's coming now. Y'all can't hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. All right. I don't know why that video didn't play. Give me a second here. That's not the right video anyway. All right, so I can't find the. I'm gonna have to look for that. This video right here. How we had it, but y'all didn't hear about it. It didn't make the news. It seems like nobody's talking about it. I think that only came through over the, I guess, local.
You know, I heard about it because you shared it with me.
I wish I had the article. I can't find the article to it too. Oh, there it is.
That's it right there. Huh.
We can't hear nothing, though.
Y'all can't hear nothing?
Nah.
All right, I can play it over again. Give me a second. All right. Y'all should hear this.
On Mason, people were dead and 5
horrible, bro.
people were seriously injured. It happened right here in this Edgewood community yesterday afternoon here on Mason Avenue in broad daylight. Now take a look at the truck police are looking to find, this black pickup truck that they say was used in the drive-by shooting. Investigators tell us someone in this truck fired multiple shots into a group of people, striking at least 5 victims on Mason Avenue and Hardy Street in this Edgewood residential community.
Wow, this video is just crapping out big time.
Transported to the hospital by ambulance, while others were rushed by someone's personal car. Now, police say they believe there could be several more victims. We do know tonight 2 people have died while 5 others are seriously injured. But it's unclear at this hour what led to this deadly.
What the hell you mean? What led to it? That's a little sly stuff.
Yeah, that video didn't play that well, but I mean, yeah, that's we get the gist of it. So 2 people dead from a drive-by shooting, and it was alleged to be maybe some Caucasians that actually fired the shots.
This man standing up in the truck. Oh, you muted.
I say they've been purging us out for a minute, man. They've just purging us out, man. When will our people recognize that we at war and we need to separate from the devil? Man?
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, this is what happened in Egypt. Pharaoh sent that decree and said, hey, go ahead and start killing them. Kill the babies. Kill the boys. You know? It's wild.
I had prepared a lesson, but man, it's already 11 o'clock. You can get in here. Man, the lesson that I had prepared today was the people mourn. And the people are mourning. And if we just watched all these videos, you can see the anguish on the mothers and the fathers' faces of their dead loved ones.
I've been holding a precept for that actually.
Go ahead, bring it out.
Let me go back to it.
In the meantime, the first precept that I had brought out was Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, people mourn. And you can see our people mourning because of the loss of their loved ones, lack of food, the lack of housing. We're mourning. Job 9:20. It says Job 9:24. It says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Well, we just showed you who's in the control of this world, who's in control of this planet. It says that the whole earth is given to the hands of the wicked. And the wicked are the ones that are in rulership. The wicked are the ones that control the currency, that makes the laws, and then put into place enforcers to enforce those laws. And those same enforcers are the ones that's gunning down our children in the streets.
It's crazy.
Proverbs 11. Go ahead, bring that precept out.
This is 2 Ezra 8:15. Now therefore, Lord, I will speak, touching man in general, thou knowest best. But touching thy people, for whose sake I am sorry, man. That's really what this TNT was about, man. We really just sorry and pitiful for our people, man.
I'm
gonna read on. And for thine inheritance, for whose cause I mourn, just like you said, Manatazach. And for Israel, for whom I am heavy, and for Jacob, for whose sake I am troubled, man. And we troubled, man, at the depths of our people, man. The way our people carrying and acting, man, and going about in this world, man. Cooning. And giving the oppressors so much power. We feel sorry and we got heaviness, man, in our hearts for that, man. Because our people don't even understand. They don't even consider the Most High, man.
My next precept that I was going to bring out was Proverbs 11:10.
Bring it out.
Verse 10 says, when it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting. So when it goes well with the righteous, the cities are going to rejoice. When the righteous come back in charge, the cities are going to rejoice. Because we're going to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, and we're going to be judged fairly. And we're going to be judging the people fairly.
That's right.
When these wicked people get put off this earth, man, people going to be shouting because that evil is going to be gone. Women ain't going to have to worry about their kids being killed in drive-by shootings no more. They don't have to worry about their kids being found hung up in trees.
That's right.
And this message is for all the other nations. Y'all know that we are the children of Israel. Y'all know that we are God's chosen and that we're coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments. It would behoove you to get on board.
That's right.
They're gonna be on board.
Right.
They ain't got no choice. Hey, but look, that
Bring them
goes,
to their place like the scriptures said.
that goes into what you were just saying. Just to land me back up for that, like when we in rulership, they're gonna rejoice just based off of the way that we ruling them. They're not gonna be able to say, "Man, you know what? I'm being treated unfairly." They're gonna know.
That's right.
They're gonna be like, "All right, you know what? I do deserve that." But these brothers, you know what I'm saying? They said my offense was worth 800 last week, and I got exactly 800 last week.
That's right. No more, no less.
That's how we getting down, man.
Con. Proverbs 28, verse 12. When the righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. I'm going to jump down to 28. It says, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, the righteous increase. So the only way that righteousness is going to increase on this earth is that the wickedness has to be done away with.
That's right. That's right.
Because that's how the righteous is going to rise on this earth. The wickedness has to be done away with. That's why the Most High said that that's going to be a great day, a great terrible day. And that day is for the wicked. Psalms 1:1.
Now I was just gonna say I can't wait to see the wicked, man, get their judgment.
It'll be just. It will be judged. Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Psalms 1:1 says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinner, no sitteth in the seat of the scornful." So first, blessed is the man that we're walking not in the counsel. So you begin this thing, you walking, and then it says, nor standing in the ways of the sinners. You go from walking to standing. And then you go from standing to nor sitting in the seat of the scornful. So when you come into this truth, you stop walking in the ways of the counsel of the ungodly. You stop listening to what your friends saying. You stop listening to what the media is telling you. You start listening to the words, the laws, the statutes, commandments of this word. You start walking in this truth. You start walking in the way. Then you separate yourselves from those people, because now you're now no longer standing amongst them. You're standing among righteous men.
That's right.
And now you're not sitting in the seat of the scornful. You're sitting in the seat of the men that's going to judge justly. Proverbs 28:15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. So the wicked ruler, we already know who that is. They're wicked rulers. They handing out donations. They handing out what they call stimulus checks. Getting where the $2,500 is not going to cover somebody's 3, 4, 5 months expenses. Come on, man.
Right.
But everybody, hey, let me tell you something. I'm into computers and technology. You know what everybody did with that check? That $2,500 check? They went and bought computers. There was a massive motherboard shortage here in America. Every website, they were out of stock. People went and bought computers and big screen TVs.
Gave the money right back.
They gave the money right back.
Now, I'm not saying everybody did that, but hey, there was a nationwide shortage on motherboard for computers. We couldn't get anything out of China, and it was a 2-week delay or a 3-week delay, and I don't even know if they even got the stock back yet. But go ahead with the precept.
Let's talk about that stimulus check. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 8. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous. Listen, I understand, if they giving out a check, you're going to take that. But don't let it blind you, man. Don't let it blind you to think that, everything's going to go back to normal. Everything's okay now because they just gave me $1,200 or they just gave me $2,000, whatever it is that you got. Don't let that blind you, or pervert the words of the righteous, man. Don't let the most high words cease from coming out of your mouth or coming into your mind because of this check or because of a gift.
When I move on to Isaiah 10 and 1, the Most High says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness they have prescribed. They write these bills, they write these laws and these executive orders to further suppress us. Most High say, woe unto them. Donald Trump just signed an executive order to quell like police brutality. But we just sat here and saw that they had a video saying Donald Trump just told us to kill $100 for a nigger and $50 for a Mexican. And these are police officers saying this over their radio. And people are hearing it because they have scanners and they can scan and hear the police departments as they transmit. They got caught. And if the police department is out here saying that we're going to kill niggas for $100 and Mexicans for $50, who's going to protect us? If there's the ones that's supposed to serve and protect, who's going to protect you? They're the ones out here talking about they want to murder you.
We're looking for a nation that cannot save us.
But yet we want to sit there and save them and bring them with us and carry them on our shoulders.
That's right. That's right.
That has to stop.
God, precept.
Bring it on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse 19. But my enemies are lively, and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied. They also that render evil for good are mine adversaries, because I follow the thing that is good. Man.
Bring it out.
Psalms 109 and 2. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me. They have spoken against me with the lying tongue. Verse 3. They compassed me about also with words of hatred and fought against me without a cause.
Water. When I would move on to Jeremiah 31 and 15, I wanted to bring out this verse right here. It says, thus saith Yahweh, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rahel weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. This is a prophecy by Jeremiah saying that Rachel's weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. Not means dead.
That's right.
So you see all of these mothers and these sisters out here weeping for their children because and they're dead. And they're continuously being murdered because Eve ain't got right. Eve out there twerking in front of the police officers. Eve out there wearing blonde hair and won't submit to a man wants to submit herself to the Most High God, won't submit herself to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. So there's a reason why these children and these men and these brothers and sisters are being killed in the streets.
That's right.
Because you ain't got right.
That's right.
And I mean, you know, it's a sad thing to say, but it's the truth. Eve is wicked. And it's just not the brother's fault. It's just not our fault. We ain't submitting to the police and dying under their hands because, oh, that's because we want to. We cursed. Because together as a nation, we haven't stood for the Most High. We haven't stood for these laws, statutes, and commandments. So therefore, we're going to be continuously be gunned down in the streets. I'm going to go to Matthew 2:16 and 18. I'm going to go to the, okay, go ahead. Just bring that precept out, because then I'll go into the fulfillment of that prophecy.
It's the book of what you was just talking about. The reason why, you know, we are in the state. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Bring
Ye
that
were
up.
sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to God. You have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, man, the Most High put us through this captivity, put us through what we're going through, not for our destruction, not just because he wants us to destroy us, but we provoke the Most High, man. We want to do everything except for what he told us to do. We want to go, God, we want to twerk in front of the police. You know what I'm saying? And trying to figure out why they want to kill us. How do they hate us? We got the answer, but you don't want to listen. You rather twerk. You want to do your own thing and become a damn sodomite.
That's right.
I didn't even show you that. That video was sickening. The damn sodomites twerking in front of the police.
No, we couldn't even do it. I couldn't even let my spirit just couldn't do it.
We couldn't even show it to y'all. I'm just saying, man, we got to remember that. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm about to get off here, Akim.
Go ahead, brother. We appreciate it.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom to you. Shalom. Yahbashim Yahshabarakah.
To all the family in the chat. Y'all stay doing the work.
So, moving forward, we're going to go to Matthew chapter 2, verse 16 and 18, or verse 16 through 18. And this is the fulfillment of that which was spoken in Jeremiah 31 and 15. And it says right here, then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof for 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. So this is Herod right here. He's searching out Yahushua, trying to kill this baby to come, because the wise men had gave him information that a child would be born. So now he's out here trying to kill the children. And then it says right here, the children were being killed. It says in 17, it says, then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy, which is Jeremiah, the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children and would not be comforted because they are dead. That's why these sisters right now are crying, because their children are dying in the streets. The people are mourning because their family members are being murdered. And that weeping is still going on right now. And the reason why they're weeping, we can go to Isaiah 3 and 25. Let's read that. It says Isaiah 3 and 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate empty shall sit upon the ground.
Ooh.
It's a good precept.
I got a precept for that one. I don't want
Bring it out.
Woo. Hey, that brings me to think about when Ezra was in the field speaking to the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was speaking to the lady who was mourning over her son. I'm gonna find it real quick. Salakia.
Bring it out.
Hey, Shalaki, what was that precept in Jeremiah? Shalaki, y'all. I want that precept in Jeremiah
31 and 15.
Tawada. I hope all of y'all are writing these precepts down. These brothers be bringing them out.
Matter of fact, I'll come back to that. I got
okay.
Find it.
So moving forward, we're gonna go back to Jeremiah 31, and we're gonna read verse 16. And this is what the Lord has to say. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, refrain thy voice from weeping, and thy eyes from tears.
That's right.
For thy work shall be rewarded, saith Yahweh. And they shall come again in the land of the enemy, and there is hope in thy end, saith Yahweh, that thy children shall come again to their own border." So the Most High is telling us to refrain from weeping, because he says that our work shall be rewarded.
That's right.
And not only that our work will be rewarded, but we'll be delivered to our own land. We ain't got to depend on other nations to provide us for the things that we need. Hey, I know how to farm. I know how to grow. You got to learn how to make yourself useful for Israel, because I don't know what a computer can do at this point in time. I don't know if we're going to have Wi-Fi out there in the wilderness. I don't know if there's going to be a network system that I need to route. That probably won't happen. But
might not want to have it neither.
No.
That's right.
But we have to make ourselves useful. We got to make ourselves useful to edify Israel and what Israel's going to need. So you should start preparing yourself mentally. What skill do you have that can help Israel once we get out of this captivity? How can I be of use?
That's right. I found that precept too, by the way.
Bring it out.
Con. So just the precept with Isaiah 3 and 26. And 3 and 26 reads, "And her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground." Now, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and 38.
Bring it out.
"And when I spake these things in my heart, I looked back with my eyes, and upon the right side I saw a woman. And behold, she mourned and wept with a loud voice, and was much grieved in heart. And her clothes were rent, and she had ashes on her head." So that's Ezra going into the vision that he saw of Zion. You know what I'm saying? She was weeping for the people, man. And that's what we all supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be weeping for our nation.
The next verse we're going to bring out is Isaiah 49, verse 22 and 23. Isaiah 49, 22 and 23. In verse 22 it says, "Thus saith Yahweh, thy power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders.
That's right.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me." So, the Most High is going to bring us to our new land. And all these other nations are going to come and lick up the dust off our feet. We going to be supposed to carry them on our shoulders.
That's right.
We are the kings and princes of this earth.
That's right.
If you're gonna uplift somebody on your shoulder, you supposed to put your brother on your shoulder. And live and break him out of danger. That's why Yahweh Shai came back. He said, love thy brother like they loved ourselves. And you gonna carry some damn Edomite out of danger? Did not one brother pick up and went over there and help George Floyd out of his situation? Didn't all those cars that was parked at that Wendy's parking lot, did not one brother get out of their car and help that brother out of that situation? Docile. Niggas is docile.
That's right.
They docile minded and they're docile when they act. When they knocked that grandmother over, nobody put a foot up nobody's butt.
Nope. Nobody want to die.
That's right. We got all that energy. We got all that energy and all that smoke for our own people.
Yes.
But
let your brother fight today. Got giving each other smoke. Ain't giving nobody else, no other nation that smoke.
That's
except for your brother. Shooting up neighborhoods, shooting up houses. They not shooting, they not doing that in the white neighborhood. But yet a white person can come into a black neighborhood and shoot up 5 people and kill 2.
That's right.
And it gets no press. It gets no press, but nobody's being lynched in the United States of America. We all happy over here in hunky-dory.
That's right.
We all living over here together, kumbaya and around the campfire, holding hands. That's the world that, what's that sister name?
Candace Owens.
Yeah, I don't even want to say her name. Yeah, her. Come on, man.
Yeah, cool.
She is illegal. She is truly misinformed.
Hey, what did Solomon call her earlier?
Queen. You call her Queen Kunette.
Queen
Kunette. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, she bad. They getting bad too. It's almost like they handpick the best coon to put on TV.
Fine.
Because look, for years I respected Steve Harvey, and actually I wouldn't call Steve Harvey a coon. I would take a step back. I give him that. I ain't gonna call him a full out coon, but he a sellout. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what they do. It's like they handpick. They like, oh, this one right here, he got the perfect pedigree to be a coon and ass nigga. I want him on this show.
Done.
That's how they pick him.
And I'm gonna give him Family Feud. I'm gonna give him a radio show. And I'm gonna give him a sitcom.
And then the devil
give him a talk show. And then when they cut it all away, you sitting there left crying. He was crying when he lost them shows.
That's right. The devil take you up to the highest mountain and say, look, I give you CBS, I give you NBC, you know what I'm saying? He just give you all those junks at one time.
Oh yeah. Had that precept too. I gave it up.
Hey, but you out there bringing it out right now. I'm not the Zach. What else you got for us tonight?
Isaiah 43, verse 6. He says, the Most High says, I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. So the Most High got a plan for us, guys. Most High got a plan for Israel. And the nation is going to have to give up the people that are God's people.
That's right.
We're God's jewelry. I told this lady that on the plane one time. I said that we are God's jewelry. Yeah, this is an older sister. She was way older than me. And she looked at me and said, that's not true. That's not right. And I was like, what planet you living on? You don't really know that we are God's people? You older than I am. And you don't know that you're God's jewelry?
That's right.
She was like, nah, not us. Not us. I was like, oh.
Hey, I didn't know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true. That's true. That's true. But you know, when you're trying to talk sense into people, man, they love Esau.
Sometimes I
They
almost
love
feel like
him.
they want to be God's children. Like, why wouldn't you want to take that identity? Like, why wouldn't you want to consider yourself as a chosen of the Most High? Like, you want to be at the
Right,
lowest.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
They well, and then of course, you know, because of stature, a lot of people sell out, like you said, and because they have money, they have no need for God.
And Eliel, I don't want Eliel brought that out and Judah brought that out the other day. Stockholm syndrome.
That's right.
You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we suffer from that seriously. Oh, post-traumatic stress. We got it all.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that we still, as a people, we still live, we thrive, we still get up in the morning, we still get up and go to work. There are a lot, you know, there's a number of African American so-called black men and women in this country that get up and are law-abiding citizens.
They don't care. They ain't gonna get you nowhere.
But let them tell it, black people are lazy. This is their excuse to do evil against us.
That's right.
They're lazy. They on welfare. They don't want to work. They don't, you know, they stink. You know, they make up any excuse to be hateful.
That's right.
And today is like no more. You can't use those excuses no more. That's why the whole world is marching against you. That's why the whole world is protesting against you. And even though I don't subscribe to Black Lives Matter, I like to put my own tag on it. Says that Israelites matter.
That's right.
That's right. Only.
And I'm going to love Israel, and I'm going to defend Israel. And I'm going to, if me defending Israel is exposing the devil, then we're going to expose the devil today.
That's right.
This is what the Most High says that he's going to do to the devil. Isaiah 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
That's
For
right.
by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. He said, he just said with a few people. He's saying, well, I'm going to plead with all flesh.
Hey,
that's that precept.
Hey, Manatazach, what is that plead? What's that plead?
Hey, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be bloody.
Hey,
he ain't gonna be begging. He ain't gonna
be begging. He ain't gonna be like, oh, can y'all keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, please?
Nah.
He ain't coming like that.
That's right. That's right.
That plead is gonna be rebuke.
Hey, if that's how he pleads, you don't want him to be mad, man.
Con.
You ain't trying to get him mad.
that plead is judgment.
That's right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He only going to judge in righteousness. And it's
That's
a righteous thing to recompense. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So,
hey, that verse goes on to say, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's right.
But verse 17 says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Hey, Salakia, Adawan.
Yeah.
So that says they who sanctify themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High not sanctifying them. They
sanctifying themselves.
Themselves.
That's right.
And that goes back to Adam, because remember, Adam made the covering for himself.
Right.
He made the arguing for himself, and then the Most High came back and was like, "Nah, let me do it like this."
Right.
That's right.
He told you was naked.
That's right.
What you about to bring out, Jonathan?
Nah, I'm quiet.
I got the precept for you, man. Isaiah 30 and woe. 30
Bring
and
it out.
30.
For sure.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
That's right.
And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Hey, don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted. We're not talking about people hiding behind a tree, literally eating swine's flesh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we are, but at the same time, we talking about doing the abominable things, being a sodomite. You know what I'm saying? Doing all types of pedophile. It's all types of abominable things.
Fantasizing about little children. Oh, hey man, it goes on and on.
Wanting somebody else's wife. You know what I'm saying? These are
Stealing
all
from your brother.
Having hate in your heart for your brother. These are abominable things, man.
This is a bomb. Hey, when you see brothers out there destroying other brothers and they have hate, and then I saw a video of a I could have sworn she was Puerto Rican, but she has to have Esau spirit because she swears she hate niggas. Did you see that video? Did y'all see that? She did a rant. I guess somebody cut her off and she had to do a video, and she said, "That's why I hate niggas. I can't stand them damn niggas. One nigga just cut me off. I can hope that the police kill all of them." Damn. Hey man, she went that far. She lost her job too.
She should have lost her life for saying that. That's the thing about it. Like,
and she was a Puerto Rican sister.
That's wild. People we hate ourselves more than we hate the enemy, man.
Hey man, the Northern Kingdom, they have to really they have to repent, period. Because a lot of them have that we hate nigga spirit. And no blanco, what they call it, no blanco. They don't want no brothers. And if they even just to even say that we are the same people, they like, no, me no negro.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Remember when who brought that out? When George Lopez had went up there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did all that whole stand-up he did, and he called out the lady in the front row or the man in the front row. He was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't like black people." He was like, and then they got up and started to walk out. He called them out. Don't leave. Yeah. Sit your ass down. It's like, bro, and that's the thing, man. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, why you hate us? We just like you. We want to listen to music. We want to have some good food. We want to chill. That's it. We want to hang with our family. We're going to sit on the porch, turn the music up, and drink something. That's it.
Con.
Hey, but Esau done told them that they're above us. Even with them, if you got that darker complexion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're prejudiced toward them.
They're a little prejudiced toward, like, you know what I'm saying? Esau, because Esau's all alike. So when the conquistadors came around, they said, "Oh, you got that darker complexion? Oh, we're gonna put you into slavery." So it was a prideful thing to have a little lighter skin. Prideful thing to have a little blue eyes or something along those things. They were happy.
House Negro, field Negroes.
It's the same. It's the same thing we had to deal with. But we are, according to all these other people, we are at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep up. They want to visualize us. At least we're over those niggas.
But that's how
you know what I'm saying? At least.
That's right. That's how you know. Well, I say we, but that's how you know that the so-called African American is Judah, because Yahushua said if they hate, or they will hate you because they hated me. So, and he was Judah. So, it just makes perfect sense. Like, you're gonna hate him and you're gonna put him at the bottom, but the first is the last and the last is the first.
That's right. For the sake of time, I'm gonna jump down to only got like 2 precepts left, so I'm gonna jump down to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin will be revealed, the son of perdition." So right now, this is what we're doing. We're revealing to you who the man of sin is.
That's right.
We've been the whole show was about revealing who the man of sin is, and the man and showing and the son of perdition.
That's right.
That's beautiful. That's right.
And if you can't see that the devil is existing within a certain nation of people, then I don't know what else I could do for you. I mean, you can watch the video again, but it is what it is.
That's right.
Oh no, Shalakia. If you can't see it from us, there's an Edomite out there who's going to tell you, because they got Edomites now that's clean. You know what I'm saying? If you can get that video, you email us. I'll get you that video. Edomite is going to tell you who the true children of Israel are. Go ahead and read some books. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The 13th tribe is going to tell you that the Jewish people are fake. You know what I'm saying? Go pick up some books. Go pick up from Babylon and Timbuktu and start learning how we came from out of our homeland and went into Africa. You know what I'm saying? Go pick up what's that? What's this book over here I got? Into Egypt again with ships. Go pick up that book. You know what I'm saying? You'll start learning some things if you don't believe what we're saying. But first of all, pick up this book.
There you go. Yeah, pick that up. Come to camp.
Come to camp.
That's right.
Come to camp. Every Saturday at 3 o'clock, we're down at Woodruff Park. SOT is there.
That's
Come
right.
to camp. You'll learn something. The last precept I got is Psalm 67, and that's verse 1. This comes from the chief musician Neganoth. It says, "God be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us."
That's right.
Salah. "That thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. Oh, let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth." Salah. Now I'm jump down at verse 7. It says, "God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him."
Hey,
So
that's
God's
a lot of
plan for
possession.
us is to put us on top.
That's beautiful right there.
Everybody else is going to be on the bottom. But they will rejoice because we are going to be ruling this world justly by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. That's why the first verse that I said, Proverbs 29:2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." We're not just talking about the nation of Israel. We're talking about all nations. They are all going to rejoice because then they'll know that they're going to be treated fairly, justly.
That's right. That's right.
But right now, the wicked are in rulership and the people are mourning.
That's right.
Hey, I got a precept for you though.
Bring it out.
Because you brought a lot of possessors right there, and we need to know that. We need to know this all about us.
That's right.
Book of Zechariah. Book of Zechariah, chapter 8 and verse 7. "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God."
That's
in
right.
truth and righteousness.
That clears it up right there. So God has a plan for Israel. All praises. So that's going to conclude TNT Thursday night Thunder for the night. We appreciate you all sharing this time with us. I know we kind of ran a little long today, but we had a lot of stuff to go over. You got anything to say, Aharan, to the people?
Hey, you know, I got the usual. Hey, tune in. First of all, we got a class tomorrow night.
That's
Friday
right.
night. I'm not even teaching. Who's teaching?
Yakum Ya and I think that's Yakum Ya and Makai.
Oh, so we got two captains.
Too powerful. We got two. Yeah, they
hey, y'all
tag
need to tune
teaming.
into that. They
Let me make
tag
sure
team.
that's right. Let me make sure that's right. Give me a second. I have to.
Ooh, I'm gonna be on there. With
Yeah,
my pen.
tomorrow's the 19th. Yeah, Captain Makai and Captain Yakum Ya. Yes. We
I'm gonna
got
be
two heavy
scribing.
hitters hit tomorrow.
Them brothers are strong brothers, man.
They're gonna bring
And
it
I
out
know
tomorrow.
the Spirit of the Most High is gonna be moving through them, man. You know, hey, listen, we're gonna be out there, like Manatazach said, we're gonna be out there on the Sabbath on Saturday at Woodruff Park, about 3:00. If you can, come fellowship with us. You know,
Come to camp.
Come to camp. If you know, I'm not sure if the elders has opened it up to women and children yet. I don't think they have. But you brothers who want to come out and fellowship with us, you're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying? Be safe and use wisdom. Hey, don't forget Monday. We got Eliel, Elder Eliel, Milk Mondays class. He's been bringing it out lately, strong with the history, with a whole bunch of different Bible scriptures. He's just been teaching. You know what I mean? It's a joy to listen to. Don't forget, Aharan has a Patreon for Sons of
That's
Thunder.
right.
He's really working hard on
Join the
trying to.
Patreon.
So if it's in your spirit, join us on the Patreon. We putting together videos and content, pictures. You get a glimpse of how we move during camp, how we move after camp, sometimes during feast days. Join us. You know. As always, I don't know, Jonathan, you looking for something?
Con, I just had a prayer I wanted to read at the end, man. You good?
All right. So as always, I love my the scripture that I bring out every week. This is Isaiah 61, verse 1 and verse 2. Matter of fact, I might read verse 3 today. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he may be glorified.
Beautiful. And then I was just going to read the first half of Psalms 43 and 1. It's a very short prayer. I'm going to read it in English first. Judge me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. Shafatanai, Alahayim, Rayabah, Rayabai, Magawai, La'ah, Hasayad, Aman.
Aman.
Khan, the water for
Hey, and we can't end this without Romans 10 and 1. And this is our credo. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. Kwam
Yasharala.
Hey man, that was a beautiful show. I appreciate y'all coming on and helping to bring out those precepts. Hey man, I think the spirit moved pretty good.
That was a great lesson.
It was and now we got to go back and be watchmen again for another week.
That's right.
So to all of Israel, we say Kwam Yasharala, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Barakatham.
Shalom.
Shalom.
And